Hulk and Spaceshot show. It is Saturday morning. It's just past 10 a.m. I've got coffee in my hand, still waking up out there. Got plenty of show to cover. Came in with a little bit of Walking on the Sun. Interesting. Just caught on my head this morning, just cruising through music, figuring what I was going to choose for you. And I ran by this song. I haven't heard it since the 90s, little Smash Mouth, Walking on the Sun. I thought it was interesting. From those old school beach parties from all you recycled hippies out there, thank you. You guys are still hanging around here. Good morning, Mr. Spaceshot. How are you doing, sir?
Well, good morning. How is it going out there, my fellow, and I'm literally typing this as I'm saying it, my fellow world patriots? How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday morning / afternoon, evening, wherever you may be? It's beautiful here, dude. It's like 85, nice. It's only like 60% humidity, so it's like bearable, not too bad. But hope you guys are all having a great Saturday. Things are just getting wilder and wilder as we go throughout the year here, and it's a lot of kabuki theater. I'm loving it, loving it, dude.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's been quite crazy. It just seems like it's accelerating. I mean, the farther we go along this little plan and pieces that we're watching and parts that become fulfilled, it's interesting. It just seems like it's accelerating even faster and faster. And we got new alien UFO release, dude. Yeah, interesting. More stuff to talk about. It's going to be great. I'm still waiting for the George Jets and flying cars.
Coming soon. I've seen the ads for them. They ain't cheap though, but they're more like helicopter / what do you call those things that you were using in the video game last night? The remote control
drones?
Pods. Yeah, they're more like drones / helicopters than anything. But yeah, we're not quite there yet. But dude, I got a feeling that technology is going to take a serious spike, for the better, and we're going to start seeing some crazy technology coming in the next couple of years.
Yeah. We'll see if we make it there. Heck, now supplies are low.
Across the streams.
As the offer's shun, and you might be walking on the sun.
Kaboom! Wait for that kill shot. Do you have your bunker ready for 2039?
2042 is the date that we're looking for when the sun goes a little bit of a pop on its general cycle that they know that rolls every 5,000 to 7,000 years, and it's going to do and burn up the face of the planet. They know it's happening. That's why they got bunkers. Everybody's seen 2012. It's interesting. The Die-Hold Foundation that we've had on the Table of Titans many years ago, who is now no longer with us out there, did all the big math and figured out that's the timeline that they had put out. And then also I talked about the movie 2012 on how the Pacific doors were built for the big giant wave that comes over, and then how the United States needed to reconstruct their doors because the angle on their doors was wrong. They're like, oops, yeah, if we got hit with this, it busts this door down. So yeah, we need to re-engineer those things. So interesting topics, 2042. Yeah, little sun goes a little micronova, pop. That's why we went to the moon and checked out on the other side of the moon to see if that glass was there. And guess what? We found it, and we're like, oh shit, it does happen.
They got stuck. They got stuck on the firmament on their way.
That's the other part. Yeah. Depends if you get out of there. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Well, let's just go aliens really quick. Ran by this. Why not? We'll just go here.
Dr. Phil.
Our government has been.
Oops. Why are you so low, Dr. Phil? Speak up, Phil.
Our government has been lying to us for 79 years.
Why do you say lying to us?
That's so apparent in the documents that you look at in this.
Yeah, why do you say lying to us?
Well, you look at these documents, you go back as far as 1947, where they have had clear information that there are objects not of this earth, both technologically, metallurgically, performance-wise, but yet that has been hidden from us. They've denied that. They've actually threatened people from talking about this, threatened them with careers, imprisonment, and some with death because they would consider it treason. Our government has been lying to us.
So as of recently, there's been a whole crap load within the last 24 hours. Another tranche of UFO videos that are leaking out. People are going through it. The Trump administration has picked a few known media influencers. Dr. Phil over here being one of them was the first to come out talking about these particular situations in the last day, just as the documents dump came out, which means they were pointing at this little thing over here. So this is basically one of the ones that we got. There's a video of the object on the left over here. It basically comes into frame and it flies right out. And they said, it's UFO. It's not ours. It's not from this planet. We have no idea what it is. And then if you went with the enhancement there in the middle from one AI and then Super Gork Enhance, who enhanced the original photo, it would be looking something along like these. We've seen plenty of these styles before. Some are also referenced as the jellyfish style, where there'd be some sort of technicals or wires or antennas hanging down a little bit. They've followed those around. And remember, they've tried to shoot Hellfire missiles at this thing and it just bounces right off and just keeps moving along. So we have tried to take some of these things down and they don't make a difference. So that's some of the new stuff coming out from the UFO thing. So any questions?
Yeah, how come every well, all the ones I saw for this last tranche, they're in that same color that you got there on the screen, essentially like an X-ray, right? And obviously they have
it's taken from a plane.
Yeah, so
That's
they're all
why.
taken from a plane, but it's like all these things that they're giving us are basically like, oh,
That's
it's
AI.
yeah, it's like a gray screen with a white dot on it. Oh, look, or a dark
Do they have
dot
the video?
going side to side. But
Where's somebody?
either we're gonna start getting some crazy tech soon, or something. What is that plastic bag?
There it is. There it is, right there. Rebels in the system. Wait.
No. Mylar top profile looks exactly. That was funny. They put a plastic bag above that one.
Rebels in the system. Rebels in the system.
Take me to your leader. Hulk just uses that voice because he wants to get probed. We enhanced this.
Okay, I don't see the video where they put it in here. Somebody's being retarded. I thought they would at least posted it out there. But yeah, UFOs. I mean, it's coming out every day. I mean, they keep releasing more saying, yeah, we have UFOs. We won't tell you that they're ours or which ones are theirs, but they're here. And we don't know exactly what they have, but we've re-engineered them. So yeah, it comes back to that whole free energy thing and quantum divide and thought process that way is, really when would they allow the genie out of the box themselves? Because they can't wait too much longer if you really think about it, even though we're accelerating nuclear development and small fusion reactors starting over in Utah and increasing our power base itself for the AI systems. But it's exponentially never going to keep up with itself. It's like 10-1. We're so far behind, even with the infrastructure itself. And I keep saying when they finally introduce these things for this free energy type systems, because eventually it will come, you're not going to go and like get one for your house. It'd be like, I'm going to replace my refrigerator. So I'm going to Home Depot and I'm going to go buy myself one of those energy free refrigerators with no plug in it. And then I'll keep that in my house, or a washer or a dryer. Oh, you could buy a car now. Oh, the technology's progressed enough. Now you can get it for your house. You get what I'm saying? So we can't overtip the apple cart too soon and, throw the petrodollar money stuff, that fake money that we're kind of keeping an eye on about how everybody keeps score. Because that's another whole thought process in itself that I went down and talked with the AI, figuring out when does that thing pop and, where do we have an issue where it's really not going to make a difference anymore if you're going to have AI that can manipulate stock trading, bank manipulation. The whole Mythos thing that came out says, oh, we can hack everything we want to. You know what I mean? At one point, it's not going to matter.
Pretty soon. Elon even said we're not going to need money. And yeah, what was that? I forgot what the company's name was, but they were saying essentially they'll pay you to put one of these mobile power packs on the outside of your house. The AI data centers. Yeah, the small form factor AI data centers. I think it's NVIDIA and somebody else out there that are partnering together for new
home development that they will go ahead and put those alongside the house themselves, because the houses are allocated for certain wattages and all those sort of things, so they can run the entire development. Well, most of the time they're using maybe 40% of that. So they're just, well, we'll just use the existing infrastructure because it's already there, just make them a lot smaller form factor. And this is when Elon Musk says, F that, we're going to space. We're going to put them in space. He's taken 2 years that he's going to start getting those things up in space and producing. And he's already got sued by I can't remember, it was some climate change group, dude, about the pollution of putting AI data centers in space.
I'm rereading some of the chats. I think that one was funny. Bud Dubage says, I don't even think I'm real at this point. Well, yeah, with the crazy.
Yeah, the whole Matrix idea, dude. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss because that steak tastes great.
Are we living in the Truman Show here? You know, is your reality the TV show that one person's watching, or one race is watching, one reality is watching? But yeah, dude, I got a lot of they got approved a lot to me with that space stuff, dude. I need to start seeing some stuff out there. You know, I need to start seeing a little bit of the I don't know, like anything, you know.
How about we do a petition?
Yes.
For Mr. Spaceshot to prove his theory of whether the Earth is flat or round. We're going to petition Elon Musk for a ride on the rocket up into space. So he's either going to die and smash right into the dome, or he's going to make it into space and have ice cream, space ice cream.
Yes, and I would say make sure we take the same trajectory that all of those other rockets do, so that way I end up in the water outside of Texas and Florida there. Goes up, goes in. And still, you know, and Hulk, I can't say this, and again, don't put words into my mouth, because have you ever heard me say the words, I believe 100% that the Earth is flat? You've never heard that ever from me. However, I do have many questions about the round Earth model. And one of those issues was 8-9 years ago, maybe, watching live streams of the moon, right? And for hours with people in there and just going in there, hey, anybody seen anything obscure the camera's view? And they're zoomed into the moon. So one would think with 20, 30,000, many more than that alleged, you know, satellites that are going by, you might see something, some sort of flicker or something. But then they say, no, they're too small. And I'm like, well, but then they're zoomed into the moon, you know? I haven't seen a lot of, I haven't seen any of that. The only thing I do see are the lights that they say are the International Space Station, which again, show me the video of that thing being built, launched, and put together, because it don't exist.
So I honestly have been out in the desert, California desert. You know, you got stars, galaxies. You know, no visible light from light pollution or anything like that. Camping, and me and the group of people. I was there with my parents, and I was a little bit younger. But we would watch the shooting stars and all that, and then you would see every so often satellites go by, and I have seen probably 2 or 3 individual satellites go by, as you could see the star behind it flicker. And I've also seen the space station go overhead too, in the middle of the desert, which was quite cool.
Those were UFOs, bro. I had a couple of UFO
Those are
sightings.
UFOs. Let's stay crazy for a little bit. Since we're already here, we're gonna go. Where's that other page?
Wait, hold on. You got somebody
we're gonna
backing
go right here.
you. Wait, hold on. We got somebody backing you, but he's gay anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, I'm just busting.
We're gonna put it in chat right now. If you've seen a satellite overhead as you're outside camping or whatever, and eyes adjusted, and have seen some sort of satellite go across the sky as you're stargazing, put a 5x5 in chat.
No, my buddy, my brother Mark, no. Parallel 8 Media, he says, I love you, brother, but I've seen satellites my entire life. You can see them with a naked eye. Oh, bro, you got to show me that one. You got to show me that one. You got to show me that one, Marco Polo. I'll be waiting.
No, they're there. All right, we're going to stay. You want to stay weird? Remember the whole laser thing? Remember the whole laser thing that we were talking about here? Well, we're going to start Okay, I don't know which video is what, but both of them are interesting. I'm going to start with the smaller one here. So hold on to this. We'll take a look at this. We're going to do the other one first.
Okay.
We're going to do this one first because it's about 5 minutes, but he explains his story and he does it in a way that he doesn't sound crazy because he thought he was crazy. But they've started a whole company about it. So
like I didn't figure out right away. I was thinking about this for years and years and years. I was trying to figure it out.
When's the first time you saw it?
2019, I think.
Well, how can you describe that?
The seeing it. So it was,
first time?
or maybe 2020. I don't remember exactly. I should probably go and look at my pictures because I have everything is cataloged. So it was basically, and actually my now wife was instrumental in figuring it out. So this is where it kind of gets into this a little murky territory because whenever I tell this part of the story, a lot of my friends who are actual scientists always encourage me to remove this part of the story. They say, Danny, I love you, but the second you tell me this, I didn't say it yet, but I'm just prefacing this part with this. They say, I just stop listening to you. I can't listen to this because it's just, you just sound like a madman at that point. But I can't pretend like that's not how it happened. So that's what it was. Signs started appearing. Just literally like I would walk and there would be this like number that appears on the ground right when I'm thinking about this, a very specific number. And I would like put it into a spotlight on a Mac and it would match a physics paper that matches the subject matter that I was thinking about. It was just like these wild things. And obviously I knew.
You mean this is before you saw it?
This is when, yeah. This is, I'm telling you like how I got to it, right? So the day that I saw it was through this chain of causation where I started seeing these little signs that kind of led me to it. And it was coupled with me thinking about it logically, obviously, but there was like a lot of kind of help, right? The kind of somebody was kind of guiding me towards it. So the day I figured it out, I was with my wife and one of these synchronistic moments happened to both of us. Because up until that, the what?
At the same time?
Yes. So basically, I told her about it before, just like I'm telling you now. And even though you're open to hear me out, really, until you see it for yourself, it's just kind of like, cool story, bro. Like, but who knows, right? So she was obviously in the same camp. Like, I told her what was happening, but she's like, okay, what can I do with this, right? But then something happened to both of us. So she got shocked. She was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, I told you, like it's really happening. And I cataloged all of this. And then she immediately, changed. And she was like, okay. Show me what you were telling me. Because she wasn't really listening before. She was like, okay, now show me what you were telling me. And I started showing her all the papers that I found, all that stuff. And actually together, we arrived at this conclusion. So then when I figured out that the laser has something to do with it, it was during COVID. So you couldn't really order a laser anywhere. You couldn't just go to Amazon and buy a laser. The only place, ironically, you can get a laser from was China. But, all the ports were closed. So it was this dramatic, it kept on like being almost like receding from me, right? So I ordered the laser, the only one I could find. And it was the one that you had to like solder a circuit for. And it arrived like 3 months later because of the, all the COVID stuff. So it arrived. I do the soldering, I turn it on, I smoke DMT. There's code on the wall. And I'm looking at this and I'm looking at my wife and I go, there's a code on the wall. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I said the words in English, so like there's a code in the wall. That's literally what I'm saying. And she said, I don't understand. And I guess I get it later. Like I understood that the reason she doesn't understand is because, you're on DMT. So all kinds of shit can happen, right? But what I think I couldn't communicate at the time to her was it wasn't like a hallucination. It was just there. It was like a real thing there, which is very different than how the visuals of DMT usually happen. And I had so much experience with DMT that I immediately noticed that there's a big difference between what we usually see on DMT and that. So then, of course, the first thing on the agenda was to show other people. So I started showing people. I showed it to good friends of mine. Everybody started seeing the same thing and everybody was shocked. And then is when I got shocked. Because until that moment, I still had that possibility in my head where, who knows? Maybe it's like a mild schizophrenia or something, like maybe I'm just like, numbers are talking to me, things like this. It's like, it's very kind of like delusions of grandeur. What are the chances of somebody making a discovery of this kind, right? Zero. But all of a sudden, others reporting the same thing. And I was like, yo, what is going on? So then, after about person 80, I decided it's time to email a scientist.
All right. Next video is about the science of what he was talking about and how they did all the tests on there. So this is a very interesting use of technology. So they're starting to map, I guess, I don't know, you're going to call it DMT world or whatever, but these symbols, like a lot of that schizophrenics see, they see either faces or symbols or any of those types of things. He's referencing a lot of that, maybe some sort of matrix code when you look into those particular lasers themselves. What does those symbols mean? They have no idea, but he's trying to verify if the symbols are the same across different experiences. And if they are at a particular point in time, do they correlate with each other that each one of these people are actually seeing the same symbol that looks very similar to each other? So I just find that interesting if you ever got into that red laser conspiracy theory and where they ended up at and what they're doing with it right now. What do you think about that as we're staying on Weird Saturday mornings?
Boring. Next. No, this stuff is super cool, dude. I got so many thoughts about this one. So for one, he says in this, and I've seen this reported before, that they smoke DMT, they see these symbols, and I think it's super cool that they're gonna try to do their best to kind of seems like decode what these symbols are and what they mean to people and whatnot. But I also did see this other guy, and he was more into meditation. So if I forget and get off track, remind me meditation. This guy says essentially you can get to that level, and he says he has gotten to this level. And it was a few weeks ago, at least, when I seen this video, probably a month or two ago now. But this guy says what these guys are seeing here while they ingest the DMT is some sort of foreign code or whatever. And so when you're high on these drugs, I forget, what does DMT last? They said. I know when you smoke it, they say it can last only a few minutes, 5-10 minutes, and maybe if you eat the
15.
stuff. Yeah, and if you eat the stuff and drink the stuff, it could be many hours, I think, right? And then you probably have a time where it's most intense, which they call like the peak. And so what this guy says is through meditation, you can actually attain the same visuals and see the same thing, but in a more clean manner where you actually have more faculties over your thoughts and stuff, because while you're on this DMT stuff, clearly it's a drug and it's screwing you up. Like, oh wait, I'm seeing like these little trolls over here. And that's one thing that a lot of people report seeing are these little mini trolls. And other people that do DMT, they go into these lands where they believe that that's actually their true reality. So like when they go in there, they see these trolls and mini people that they're like, I remember this one guy, his name was Jerry, and he remembers every time he went in, they were like, oh, Jerry's here. Oh, look, it's Jerry. And the thing I found
I remember that.
Yeah, the one I found most cool was the guy that was Jerry, but he wasn't even tripping. And his buddy was tripping on DMT, and he was just being there to make sure his buddy didn't.
Wait, let me set it up, because he tried it. The way the story goes is the first guy did DMT trips and met this what he's going to call his wife over there, you want to call it, and they had a full-on family and experiences. He knew all the people there. They're all great friends, and he'd have to leave every so often, but it'd be long experiences for him. So he'd come back to here, regular Earth, and hang out for a little bit and go do another trip. So it was over years he was doing it, and he didn't tell anybody about it. So he asks his buddies, hey, dude, there's a DMT trip and this whole nother world and shit like that. I would like you to try it. And, a lot of times he just tell him, hell no, I ain't going to do it. So he finally convinces this guy. So he goes on this trip, dude, has a fucking fantastic time. When he comes back into reality and tells his friend, he's all, hey, that girl that knows you over there, yeah, they really like you, and started telling him about the girl and all the little people that are in DMT world that he's known for years in his experience. And he's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think he was doing it. He was there with it while it was going on, because I remember him saying
they were separate.
This is what I remember, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember him saying that the trolls were hearing Jerry's voice and were like, "Is that Jerry? Jerry? Do I hear Jerry?" So I don't know if they were, if they were relaying it to him afterwards, but essentially Jerry wasn't even tripping on DMT. His buddy was, but they overheard his voice and they were like, "Oh, is that Jerry? Like, we love Jerry." So, long story short, you see all sorts of weird things, but then it comes down to what is our true reality? Like we were talking about earlier with like the Truman Show and stuff, right? And so, you can get into this stuff, they say, by meditation. And I don't know if anybody out there has tried this. It seems a little woo-woo for me, but you've seen these apps that they say like, oh, if you watch this app and put these headphones on and listen to this, it'll start making you trip. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to try that just yet. I'll let somebody else be the guinea pig for that. But if it could get you into a mindset like this to start seeing alternate realities, because as we know, we see like 0.005 of the visible spectrum, the visible light spectrum. So essentially we're not seeing about 99 point whatever percent, 99.95% of the world that's out there in front of us. So I got a feeling, dude, if we could see everything, we'd probably be like throwing our hands up all the time, like, oh, what the hell is that? Get that away from us! What is that? Just different energy waves, radio waves, ghosts, Sasquatch, perhaps.
Well, the other thing I keep thinking about is, remember that rabbit hole we all went down in the end of 2018-19? We were talking about MK Ultra music and how it changed your thought process and listening to those musics that was there. You guys remember all that? And people are like, don't play it on YouTube. You're going to brainwash people. Am I crazy, or you remember that?
No, I do remember it. And I just funny. My neighbor just texted me. He goes, Did you get a new Jeep? I'm like, first off, it's not new. And yes, about 6 months ago. Good eye, buddy. Your truck you're talking about? No, I can't call it a truck. You don't like that. SUVs. Hulk is a very, very anti-SUV stance. My
wife definitely wanted to put Mr. Spaceshot into his spot when he was driving the Nissan
Murano.
SUV. Murano, yeah, SUV soccer mom car. He kept calling it a truck, and then she laid into him. It's not a truck.
I like that car, except for the stupid issues that it had. But dude, 250 horsepower, I think it was cooking, baby. Soccer mom or not. Boom.
There you go. All right, back into newsy stuff. Can we do newsies?
Let's go to the other side of the moon.
Oh, you got some dark side of the moon stuff?
I'm gonna
stay with UFOs?
I'm gonna get you and Mark from Parallel Media, and then me and one other guy, and we're gonna battle you in a premium only flat Earth battle.
Fuck that. Who's on the flat Earth side? Just so I understand.
Well, I would be representing, in this argument. In this argument, I would be representing that side, but I'll have to pick one more to go with me. I'll maybe take Dave.
So it's going to be a bunch of dudes picking on the retard? I mean, that doesn't seem very fair. I just want to make sure.
Oh, I hardly think it would go that route. Believe me, you're going to have more questions than answers. I think anybody that would watch those, you have more questions than answers when you're done. And dude, that was my goal when I first, went into even looking at this stuff. I'm like, idiots. I'm going to watch a few of these videos and I'm going to pick these guys apart. And then I was like, wait, how come that? Why does that? Okay, yeah. I just more questions than answers, bro. Really do.
The same thing like Tim Burchett in Congress. He's basically run into every stop sign that's out there as they try to get some of this. And Paul Luna. So we'll see what actually happens with oversight. Yeah, good luck.
I'm in love with the stripper.
Well, let's get into some newsy stuff and start talking about what the Democrats are starting to run into different problems. So it looks like we got some updates out here. This was a couple of days ago. I don't think this is a repeat. Hold on.
Prediction markets think it might get even worse.
It could get even worse. In fact, it's likely to get even worse. So if you look at the Kalshi prediction market and the chance that 6 House Democrats go down to defeat, lose their primary in 2026, this number has consistently, over the last week or so, been hovering 80, 90%. And when we talk about history books, the history books, right? If, in fact, 6 House Democrats went down to defeat in 2026, it would be by far, it would be the largest number in a post-redistricting cycle for Democrats. And get this, over 50 years. That's why I got this picture of the Tea Party on your screen right now, because you know what? It's 250, but also it's a new Tea Party for Democrats. Prediction.
Okay, I think that was a repeat from Thursday. I think was this the other one? No, that's what was this? That's on the 11th. Yeah, that's the same freaking clip. guys are recycling old stuff from Wednesday. Dude, I hate when they do shit like that. How dare you? So in the end, as we look at the election market, as we're starting to move forward with a lot of that, because we've had Harmy Dillon step up to the plate and putting election monitors in 8 key swing states for the upcoming midterm election that they're doing. The primaries are going on right now. It's Michigan and a bunch of the other ones there. So local elections are starting to freak out there, because she's also said that if the election officials for the state are doing a due diligent job to remove dead voters, illegal voters, and those types of things, then we don't have an issue. But if you show no movement whatsoever, and then we do an audit at the end, and we find in that audit that you had allowed illegal immigrants to vote and you had no meaningful impact to prevent that from happening, the election official will be charged federally.
Yes.
That's the new rule.
Oh, you federally f***ed. That was a quote from a movie. You federally effed, baby. So yeah, dude, and they're starting to panic too. That whole video with Newsom last week, I very much enjoyed the almost tears in his eyes. That was juicy. He looks like he's going down like a $2 hooker on 2-for-1 crack night.
That looked like he got a new letter that day, and he had to get out in front of the cameras. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh, they're abusing the grand jury process. Oh, really? Oh, that's grand juries. I love that.
Yeah, we'll see if good Billy over there could put that thing together for you. Ran by this video really quick, because sometimes I just think this is us. We're just, we're the little kid on the backside of the bike here, and we're looking at her sister's ice cream cone and just being really like, she gets some. It's just so close. Let me take a lick. We're almost there. Justice is coming. Here it comes, and then motherfuckers. Just saying. Sometimes I feel like that.
Dude, that's hilarious. Even at that young age, that kid gave him the stink eye. It was like, you jerk off. I was just about to get this yum nums.
That's just how I kind of feel a little bit right now. So other than that, I'm enjoying the show. So let's do a recap from last weekend, just in case anybody missed anything that was happening over here in California. Did you hear about anything exciting happening in California last weekend?
You guys removed 50 metric tons of cocaine, methamphetamines, I think, from California. Went over to Ohio on its way to Indiana, I believe. That was interesting.
Yeah, 50 metric tons. Yeah, that's a lot. No, we had a full-scale riot in our town over here. If you guys didn't know that, Newport Beach Peninsula out here, run by the Democrat Socialists of America pick, was giving a little promo over here, just a little bit.
Hi, I'm Mayor Lauren Kleiman, and there's no place like Newport to celebrate the 4th of July on America's 250th. From the 4th of July is for families, bike parade, and community festival on the Balboa Peninsula to the Newport Dunes fireworks display.
Oh, that's so great.
Our city offers some of the best holiday traditions. As we welcome thousands.
Did you know they defunded a lot of the police departments and stuff like that? So yeah, how'd that go?
Whoops.
They arrested about 402 people so far. Only 3 of them were from the state. The rest of them were vacationing, and a large chunk of them were all from Arizona here. As they started to riot and throw fireworks at the police officers, so yeah, they basically destroyed the town. We got a 999. They went to the local pavilions over here and had hundreds of people basically riot loot the entire store. So yeah, all these guys came in. We're probably talking about 400,000 to 500,000 people came into a little area over here and hung out at the beach. And most of them didn't cause the problem. The young kids that did, the tens of thousands of them started to cause issues in the town. And again, they started to riot, mostly on the beach first is where they started until, local residents started complaining about loud music, fires, fighting, drug use. They're throwing fireworks at my house. They are breaking into my house. So yeah, local PD shows up. They're like, this is totally out of control. Call the horses. So it's really out of control. 999, which means they called every available unit in the 3-county area. They said about 500 cops showed up in under an hour, and they detained a large section. So this is the parking lot of the Pavilion's grocery store right here.
I'm just muting that stupid music.
I wonder if there's any, because there's a spot where they show that they're going to arrest every one of these people that were there, and they cordoned them off, and they arrested like 300 people in the parking lot at the Pavilion. So yeah. That means they're going to do a crackdown next year to stop this from happening when they should have done it this year. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and again, that's kids that are not being raised well, right? And it gets even worse, especially when you get into that mob mentality. What's that movie? That quote from Men in Black. What is it? Humans are smart, but people are stupid. You know, when you get them into a group.
Teen Takeover organized by TikTok. That's basically what was happening for those guys. They didn't put any other video in there. You guys suck. All right, we'll continue on here. Interesting comments and stuff that I'm seeing. What's that?
TikTok.
Yeah, the wrong type of TikTok. I'll put it that way. Here, ran by this. You can read the headline there.
I thought this was okay for everybody to do. Klaus Schwab is upset. He filed a criminal complaint in Geneva saying he discovered a listening device in his home office. I'm guessing there was more than one, per one Rumble rant last week to that point. A listening device in his home office? I'm sure they probably put a few, but anyway. Hey, what's good for the goose, right? You like worldwide surveillance, my man.
Well, the big part of the story is, remember, he has stepped down as the lead of the World Economic Forum due to the World Criminal Court finding him guilty of fraud of some sort reported by the World Economic Forum, who turned him in, maybe just to get him out of the office. Who knows? And they do have a replacement. I forgot who they picked out there, but yeah. So since he's kind of semi-retired here at this point, they seem to be continuing to monitor him. So just wanted to throw that out there.
I love it. A nice outfit, dude. Who is his tailor? The friggin' the people from Star Trek?
It's a reject from Star Trek.
His home tailor.
Oh, here, I thought this was definitely interesting. I didn't know they actually would do this in New York. So yeah, here.
Mondani, you're a real piece of fucking shit. I get a message from Con Ed and they tell me that they're gonna lower the voltage in my area to reduce outages. What a coincidence, the same day Taylor Swift gets married at MSG. And for all the Swiftie fans and mental, idiotic liberals who think that this wouldn't affect what's going on in New York, you're dead wrong. Imagine going to a gas station paying full price, but they quietly give you 10% less than what you're supposed to get. Welcome to socialism. And we have this fucking idiot mayor telling people to put their ACs to 78 degrees. This is going to be the liberal logic. Oh, he wants to reduce outages in New York. That makes sense. Well, I wonder why it got so fucking bad, because we allowed millions of illegal.
So back to the key point there is, I didn't know that they could just drop the power by 10% to make sure that they don't have any outages out there. So they're creating their own brownout.
Crazy, right?
Have you ever heard about that?
No, I didn't know they could, adjust it. I mean, I thought it was just on or off. It was ordered to make sure that they didn't have a power loss inside New York. Dude, could you imagine 78? I mean, especially last week when it was 95, 96 degrees here. I had all three ACs cranked to 60, and it was 73 in my house. And, well, yes, 73 feels wonderful compared to 96 with 70% humidity. I couldn't imagine, having your house be 78, almost 80 degrees. Hell no.
I had my wall stat set at 77, and then when I go to bed, it goes down to either 76 or 75, and turn it back up to 77.
You ain't got the humidity. I think it's worth more about.
Yeah, exactly. What do you say? I got a tag over there. Medbeds. Medbeds Co. News alert at Hulkanator. We reap free energy. The grid is a lie. Selling free energy is part at the Klaus overlords syndrome is part of the lie. Well, yeah, they're probably going to charge us for it anyways. Because remember, you always talk about the Tesla poll that they were going to sell everybody, so they didn't need to buy power from the power company. What do you mean you're going to sell it to them? I want to charge them every month for it. No, it's going to be just a poll one time.
Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah, dude. It's and these people, I think they're getting buyer's remorse over here. And Hulk, Jenny, Reclaim Your Sovereignty dropped a $5 Rumble rant, and I might need some help with this one. It says, "Let the day begin by the call." Okay, so I think that's what it is. Let the day begin by the call for the song of the day. So we might need to show Jenny how we do this here. But it says, "Let the day begin by the call for the song of the day, released in 1989. Thank you, Spaceshot." And then while I have the microphone, Lee337Q is now a monthly supporter over here. So thank you, Lee337Q, and Jenny, Reclaim Your Sovereignty. And yes, at the end of the show, we do a final song, and you guys got to take a link and throw it over on Hulkanator's X account, which should be the top post of the day today, because sometimes he leaves Table of Titans in there pinned. But go to the Hulk and Spaceshot show, as you see there, and then we put our links.
Pin it now? No.
Put links to whatever song you want, and then like a song, and then at the end, me and Hulk do some Dominion ES&S voting, and we make sure whoever pays us the most gets their song through. No, we do by whoever gets the most parts. They get.
No, we don't do the making it wheel show rules. Sorry,
I'm not above a bribe. $7,000, your song will get in.
John Lee Hooker, holy shit! I haven't seen that name in a while. Eric Burden and the Animals Sky Pilot version. You guys got some good stuff out there. Like Glenn Jones says, "Okay, Tron." Some of us got the joke out there. All right, let's go to the next story. You ready for some more?
Yes, sir.
Now this is interesting here. If you guys didn't hear about some of the changes in the big, beautiful bill that were timed out here, this one would be another important thing to be paying attention to.
This week, we saw a big sell-off in biotech stocks following these reports that the FDA, which you used to run at the first part of the Trump administration, is now going to require one study to clinch approval of vaccines. You were one of the former commissioners who put out this really extraordinary editorial in the New England Journal of Medicine, arguing that the FDA and top vaccine regulator, Dr. Vinay Prasad, are changing policies in a way that's going to slow down new and better vaccines. What specifically is the problem you see? Because this isn't just Hep B. This is the vaccines of the future, you're saying, just won't be created.
Right. So Vinay Prasad, who is the head of the Biologics Center, also oversees the vaccine division. He also has been appointed the head of biostatistics, the chief medical officer of the agency, and the chief scientific officer. So he occupies a lot of positions. Put out a memo saying that they're going to do away with or move away from what they call immunobridging studies. These are studies that allow you, for well-validated vaccines like the flu vaccine, to be able to demonstrate each year that the vaccine, the new vaccine that's formulated against a circulating strain, can elicit antibodies that are effective against that particular strain, and that could be the basis of approval, rather than requiring new outcome studies every year to prove that the vaccine actually reduces the incidence of influenza. For established vaccines where we know that antibody production is a good correlate for immunity, this has been a long-standing practice. We do it for flu vaccine, we do it in COVID certainly, we do it for things like pneumococcal vaccine, the vaccine for pneumococcal disease, where we look at serotypes, circulating bacterial serotypes. This allows us to update vaccines as these viral and bacterial strains change and as the composition of the strains change in time to provide protection for the fall respiratory season. If they move away from this, which is what he said they plan to do, we're just not going to be able to update vaccines each season as we've done historically to accommodate whatever the circulating strain is.
So they're asking them to show their work. Because remember, we talked about it's a 50-50 guess on the flu vaccine, if they're going to get it right, it's going to be type A, type B, and then we're going to take a 50% chance and figure out what the causation is going to be. And this is the one we're going to pick. They're basically saying, you got to show your work first. We want to see your inside work on why you think it's like this. Those are the reports we want to see, and we don't want to see your field test with the results afterwards. Even those are good, we'll still accept those. We want to be on the front part and see where you're coming up with your ideas to make sure you're not extrapolating your data.
Yep.
I'm like, that's kind of interesting.
I always had an issue with that. And I was always like, wait, so the flu season's not here yet, but they're essentially telling us, well, there's an A and the B, and so, we're rolling the dice and we're going to make this. And I'm like, they always have these things done, and ready before the flu season comes out. And of course, I don't agree to get the only time I've gotten a flu shot in like the last 20 years or whatever, I literally got the flu that day and the next day, of course. That was at work, like, I don't even know, 15, almost 20 years ago. But no, so they tell people and they scare people into getting it. It's like, oh, you know how many people die of the flu every year? How many people die of COVID every year? Oh, okay. So yeah, those people that they say die of flu every year actually die of pneumonia.
Wow. Interesting. So that was interesting news. What else do we got for you? That was our UFO stories out there. We went down the hole on. Oh, you know what? I had to throw this out here. I forgot to throw it in the crazy part of the morning show here, but let's throw this other piece of little alien crap out here too at the same time.
Yeah.
And so what were the 9?
So okay. It's complex, but apparently they're a group of entities that are basically overseeing the universe, I guess is the simplest way to say.
Okay, so they're aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. Aliens are like divine spirits.
More like divine spirits.
Oh, okay.
Because they've never really said, we look like this or we're shaped like
They
this.
had a
It's more-
spokesman called Tom. They never said we're from Zeta Reticuli or
No.
Okay.
They're more of like, and just an intelligence that can be contacted through this method of trance, and that they're out there, they're overseeing not just Earth, but the universe. They're overseeing what happens with the planet because it's all part of a cosmic plan, and they're making sure things don't happen and that kind of thing. But it's a group of intelligences is the best way I guess you could describe it.
Okay.
And they communicate through certain people, usually through psychic people. And for whatever reason, there's only like a few that they've come through. It's this guy, Dr. Vinod, the Indian guy in the 50s, and then apparently Uri Geller in the 70s, and then this woman Phyllis in the 70s as well. So it's strange. I don't know if there's some protocol that brings them through with certain people, or some people can bring them through, others can't. But apparently, like just through Puharich, he was able to get people to connect with.
Just wanted to throw the last part of that crazy thing out there. As we're adding into on top of the UFOs and all the stuff that we've been dealing with. So just wanted to throw that last little tidbit out there I forgot to include.
Wow, what do you think? Are they ultimate intelligence? Who was helping POTUS? Is that God? Are we talking some of these, these entities, or I started off with the military, kind of went to God, and then what are we talking now?
So if I'm going to go down the thought process of Mr. Spaceshot's flat Earth type of idea and the whole, what do you call it, firmament, the lid on top, then I'm just going to say we're just an alien ant farm sitting in some alien's shelf on the wall, like we saw at the end of Men in Black when they're playing marbles and the universe is the size of a marble and they're flipping them around. They stick it inside the little bag and the movie ends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh. Size is relative to the person that's looking at it. That's an interesting thought. What else do we got as we start going around? Do we leave the alien crap away and keep going?
I love the alien crap. Hey, how do you explain that video that we saw with the rocket that hit whatever that thing hit, that stopped spinning after it was going hundreds of miles an hour. I still don't
You mean
even know what they called it, the Fast X. They called it, oh, look, this rocket hit the firmament. Go Fast Rocket, Red Bull, Go Fast Rocket. I know you've seen that video. Just it's a rocket.
No, it's bullshit. They had a problem with the thing. I'm not saying it went up in the sky and hit some fucking lid on top of the planet. No, sorry, not going there.
Oh, it stops quickly.
Quickly. Okay, you want an update on another story out there? Remember that one time Enrique Ontario, who was arrested for January 6th relations for not being in D.C.? He wasn't even in D.C. He was outside of D.C. and a whole week before he got arrested with the rest of that group. Was it Proud Boys or
yes.
I can't remember what it was. Anyways, and they put him in jail and all those things. And then I think we had Bowman over in Congress who testified that he was accosted by these groups over there. But then it shows him video at the time of being on the opposite side of the Capitol of the alleged assault at that time. Good time. So, they went through an entire deal. They put him in jail for a long period of time, and then he got out, and they basically sided with him. They go, malicious prosecution, guys. So we're going to null and void your felonies.
Wow. Yeah. Now they need to sue the people that, I feel like when people are placed into a position in the government, they get too many protections. So, whoever was the person that, because, it wasn't just some, beat cop or whatever that said, oh, make sure you go arrest these guys. That had to come from higher up. And I'm sure they have a paper trail on this. And those type of people need to be made an example of, because they hide behind the power of their governmental position. And, whoever did this, especially you're going to charge a guy for doing something in D.C., but the key point is, as Hulk mentioned, he wasn't even in D.C. So, it's just beyond ridiculous. And, we've seen a lot of just beyond ridiculous.
One key point right there, just in the beginning when he said he wasn't in D.C. and they arrested him, and we got text messages and we're going to prove it. And a lot of they didn't have it. They had no proof that he tried to instigate, start, or incite a riot days or weeks before.
Yeah,
they talked about going there and providing security for what's his name, Alex Jones. Remember that?
Yes, yeah, him. And then, all right, so you got these guys, the Proud Boys, and then you have the Oath Keepers with eye patch Stuart Rhodes there, who was also, remember we showed that video that the guy from that was connected to Glenn Beck there had gotten access to the cameras, and they were showing the cameras on January 6th day watching Stuart Rhodes watching his phone, and then he walks off the camera's view. And then what happened, Hulk? Because, oh no, now we can't see Stuart Rhodes anymore. He's out of the camera view.
The bird ran into it, right? It was a bird, right?
Well, except for that.
Oh, wait, there's a hand.
Yeah, the bird was in the shape of a hand that comes up, and you see the camera move over to the side. So they're like, clearly they were on the scene and they were watching, and like, oh, hey, camera 2, we need to move this, more west or whatever. It's not seeing this dude here. So they were following it, and there were many officers there, undercovers, what do you call them? Confidential human sources, whatever. So many, probably more than regular folk. Be my guess, dude. I wouldn't doubt it.
Remember that one day on live stream where we sent Chris into the Capitol as we're watching on Zoom? You remember those? That was great. We're already past the time, so we're good. There's no way we're getting prosecuted here.
Yeah, all right, so let me talk about it from my perspective. Holy shit, dude. Yeah. Dude, I remember living, and I'm like, oh, Tron's live. Hey, Tron, drop me your Zoom link. Click, and then he's got Chris. And then Chris is like 20 feet behind Ashley friggin' Babbitt, and they're marching in, and I'm like, dude, what? Dude, Dylan, get the frick out of there. What are you doing, dude? And I'm surprised, dude.
Yeah, he was in that hallway.
Yeah, and he's all over that friggin' Woo's News video too, dude. He's in that as well. So I was just like, how did he not get harassed? Did he ended up getting a visit, I think, right?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. Because we deleted the live stream right thereafter. Because everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. He was actually in the hallway when all that shit went down out there. And again, it was broken up and all those sort of things because the signal wasn't that good. But It was like a couple hours, from the beginning when it started and out in the crowd, and people started getting excited and enraged, especially the guy with the megaphone, and he got enraged and excited, and our house, those types of things, and marched all the way up into the Capitol. But I mean, it was pretty much like what I would describe as a tour guide type of thing. I mean, there were people kind of running and moving around and sort of things, but it wasn't just like blatant. They were freaking trashing the place or anything like that. Most of that was only done at the windows and areas like that when the Capitol Police and the FBI informants were starting to do a lot of that stuff to excite people. But again, it's the whole MK Ultra deal. It works. They excited a bunch of people. Everybody showed up. They got the reaction that they wanted. It was planned and orchestrated. I'm going to say there at that point. Some people lost their lives there, and then how they generate the story thereafter. Because what did we talk about? That was Nancy Pelosi's wrap-up smear.
Yeah. And again, dude, I honestly, I can't tell you 100%, what happened, but that guy Woo's News makes a pretty good case for Ashley Babbitt thing being an op as well. Because even in the very beginning, they show you like the blood. They have like for movies, they have the blood packs and stuff like that, and they could actually see these wires coming off her as they were pulling her off on the stretcher. And to me, it didn't seem organic like what I was watching. And remember that dude John Sullivan too, the adopted. Bust out Olympic skater that was right there. He was filming everybody, the African American guy who was also the son of like the guy that adopted him was like a general or something like that, or a colonel or something like that. Remember John Sullivan? He was arrested that evening at like a hotel in DC.
If anybody was watching that live stream on that particular day, let's see some 10 by 10s in chat. I'm just wondering.
Who was with us back then?
Who remembers that day?
Everything.
I remember like, oh shit, we're deleting all this. Oh yeah, Jaden X, yeah.
Jaden X.
Yeah, remember the 70 grand, the 140 grand he got from 2 news agencies for selling the video?
Yes, absolutely. Everything wrong with
Karen
the Capitol
Allen
rights.
It was there. Harley Quinn. Sean Joe watched with Tron.
Who's that blonde dude too? That was
Hip to the Clip was out there.
Make sure this stays muted.
GB working it. Will he fix it? I can still taste the tear gas. CNN says we did it. Red Good 5110s. That's on the pilled side. Checking it with you guys. Thank you. We can make fun of it now, right? We're so far for that. Awakens Mom is putting out some 10s. Fat Turtle, Brent, Cray Cray, and
10 by 10. Baked Alaska. Yeah, that dude was there too. But there was a blonde dude.
RYTV dinners too.
That dude, Tyler Taylor, something like that. I forgot the dude's name, but he was up in the front. I could probably show you in this video.
No, we just want to know who's watching our stream that day.
Tracy May says, "Not your live, but I was watching it live." I even jumped on funny back then. I think I even jumped on In the Matrix's Zoom that day.
Yeah, I think we did jump around a little bit and float on there. That was just a crazy day, dude.
Oh God, yeah. Where's Chris?
Can you give me a quick 30 seconds? We're gonna hit the little voice room. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
This guy right here, Taylor Hanson. They killed her, man. I mean, even the way they were acting here was just watch the fake outrage. Oh God, here we go.
And so they're all just echoing the same thing over and over again. They're getting everybody to spread the word.
They just killed the girl! They just shot a girl right in the goddamn stomach.
I thought it was supposed to be her neck.
They're shooting kids! They shot a girl in there!
They're shooting kids.
They shot a girl!
This is like...
They're like, oh, they just shot a girl in the stomach. They shot her in the neck. And the kid walks out. He's like, they're shooting kids in there. It was just such a BS. I'll drop this in the link, the BitChute for Woo's News. I'll drop it for Hulk's side as well. Here you go for YouTube and Rumble on my side. You guys have that link, and then Mr. Hulkanator side on the Rumble. Here you go. And then on the build side, I gotta show this one too. Table of Titans. All right, I'm dropping the links to that Woo's News thing for all your chat, just if anybody wants to see how ridiculous it was too, dude. Like that they were, they were doing the fake outrage of after they quote shot Ashley Babbitt, and the guy's like, they just shot a girl in there, shot her in the stomach, and the other one's like, I thought I shot her in the neck, and the other one's like, they're shooting kids in there. It's like, what the hell? I mean, the whole thing was just a load of BS.
And I'd like to throw this out right here.
This witness
Why am I
was
asking? Why is it asking me to log in? Can we just copy it?
He's about to stop on the stairs and just start screaming. And then no one's gonna pay attention. Wow. And now he caught somebody's attention.
Shot him with the gun through the neck. He fell back into my hand.
Bro, why are you lying? Oh, don't.
So many lies on that day.
Remember that?
Delete that. Do I remember that? Remember the last words. Delete that.
Gee, it looks awfully suspicious. These guys are taking off their Trump stuff and hiding their stuff. Oh, they're changing clothes.
Delete that. Wait, why delete that, Hulk? Why? I mean, they're hiding in bushes, taking off red, white, and blue stuff and putting on all black stuff and telling people that are filming them to delete that. That's nothing suspicious about that, right?
Absolutely nothing suspicious. Good old January. That was such a great time. Fun times, yeah. At least we didn't burn down Minnesota.
True. And true. We had nothing to do with this bullshit.
With these bullshit. Where did we leave up? Oh yeah, let's get into okay, we're all done with the crazy stuff. Let's get into back court cases and stuff. Right there. Read that one.
My Fort Pierce courthouse sources tell me prosecutor D. Geneva's team has the following Russiagate, Mar-a-Lago co-conspirators in his crosshairs: Lisa Monaco, Jay Bratt, James Comey, John Brennan, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, Lisa Page, among others. But how many on that list right there, Hulk? Do you remember off the top of your head? Anybody on that list were listed in the drops as being cooperating? I think Peter Strzok wasn't he? And Lisa Page? I'm going to go verify this.
I would just say Lisa Page was, because you got to remember Peter Strzok's wife found the text message with Lisa Page over here and wanted to turn Peter into FBI and all those sort of things, and then they told her, no, that's not a good idea.
Ooh,
remember, because they were doing all their slipping with each other. And that goes on top of Kash Patel saying about the depravity that's happening on the 7th floor, and then Trump saying on top of that he's seen pictures of Mueller and I think McCabe kissing each other.
Really?
There's pictures.
Ew. March 14th of 2019 says, do you notice a pattern? Bruce Orr, 2 times demoted, cooperating witness. Peter Strzok, cooperating witness, power removed. Lisa Page, cooperating witness, power removed. Bill Priestap, cooperating witness, power removed. Mike Corton, cooperating under resign title to be called. Who are they cooperating with? So Orr cooperating, Page cooperating, Strzok cooperating. So if that's the
that's
case,
old.
Yeah,
start over.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how that works. If they lump this stuff all in with that, with what DeGeneva's doing or not. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm here for it. I know that.
Yeah, so I think that style prosecution back there is done. That's why they're kind of starting over. And then also, do I have the other part of this? Yeah, read this.
As a cooperating witness on the ongoing Russiagate conspiracy probe. This is so huge. I love this. Former NSA Director Mike Rogers has already told investigators some alarming new information DOJ insiders tell me. Rogers clashed with Brennan and Clapper during manufacturing of the ICA, the Intelligence Community Assessment, that I believe, we wouldn't have done any of this and had President Obama set us off on this. And I'm quoting James Clapper when I say that. So
on
that
CNN, yeah.
That was the ICA he was discussing. The Intelligence Community Assessment.
Which means that they came forward and they were going to come forward and say that Russia didn't have any involvement in the 2016 election. And then Obama told them, nope, you're going to rewrite it and say Russia did, and then influence the election towards Trump. That's how they started it. So that's what kicked off Mike Rogers, who's the head of the NSA. Clapper was lead of DNI. So technically he was over Rogers because he could oversee the information. And he didn't like what was going on. So we got in contact with Trump. And can you make a skiff in the Trump Tower? Why? I can't tell you, but I'm going to be there in 2 days. Okay, we'll show up. We'll get over there, have a meeting. They're spying on you. You need to get the F out of here, and got back out of that office. And then they moved the next day. And then also Trump Jr. dropped Secret Service protection and went straight with military.
Oh, yeah.
Went to Bedminster.
Admiral Mike Rogers, a hero. A hero. We will definitely go down as a hero. And Hulk, I'm going to need that 30-second return. Be right back.
Not a problem. You guys all remember that, right? I'm not telling you guys anything new. You guys been around long enough, right? You put your comment down in chat. Brennan Stroke Page were subpoenaed November 7th, 2017. That's not what I got out of it. The grand juries were impaneled in January. They heard new filing information was June 26th is the last date. This is under DeGeneva's 2 court cases with Judge Eileen Cannon in the Southern District of New York. That's also with the new guy Cointes, the investigator, or the attorney that's running there for the DOJ. So when you're saying back over here, somebody had said that it was earlier than that. It can't be earlier than that. Not in these 2 filings. Now, if we're talking about the original case in RICO that they're trying to do in the beginning, they've dropped the large case and they're going with 2, as of officially 2 smaller cases as of right now. We don't know if there's going to be more than that, but there's only been court filings enough that we know about that we can verify that there are 2. One is going to be the Mike Rogers witness, and then there's another one also. So those are the 2 we got for now. So I've been kind of paying attention to it to make sure that we're holding true to wherever this story is going to land and whoever they're going to get there at that point, just as an FYI out there. Let's see where else we're at with chat. Looking at comments, see if you guys are just out there.
Okay, I'm back.
Can't get just justice.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right. So that's going down. What else are we looking at? Read the comments, Spaceshot.
Everyone is realizing I'm right. Now, Mitch McConnell's neighbors are going on record saying he looked dead when he was wheeled out of his home in D.C. on a stretcher, and 2 of his staffers were seen outside of his home crying and distraught. Why would they be crying if he wasn't brain dead? Neighbors also said days before he was found unconscious, his staff were seen wheeling him into his house in a wheelchair with his head slumped down and his mouth wide open. He is brain dead. Wow. Oof.
Yay.
I mean, dude, that's clearly he's a goner for sure.
So CNN put a warning label up. Go ahead.
Statement to the Daily Beast regarding Scott Jennings' BS phone call with Senator Mitch McConnell. Quote, as a CNN political commentator, Scott Jennings is not a full-time employee or journalist for the network. His account of a personal conversation with Senator McConnell reflects his experience and is not CNN reporting. Was CNN not able to verify their own political commentators' reporting? Dude, what would you need to do? I mean, you'd think even if they were going to fake it, you would at least have somebody at the hospital or with his phone to set up like, all right, I'm gonna call the phone. That way, if anybody checks it later, like there's a phone call between us, even though it's me talking to the wall or a staffer. But like that's all it would take. Like, oh hey, I talked to him. Here's the phone call. Like show him the phone. And I mean, if it wasn't that easy, and then they came out and put that out, that's pretty interesting.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading something here.
Some shady shiz going on out there, almost certainly.
Huh. All right. They do have a somebody with his license.
Excuse me, sir. Can I just ask
Can
why
you,
you
can
getting
you,
carpentry done?
why do you have a congressional license placard? Sir, why do you have a congressional placard?
I don't know who this person is.
That's the same guy.
Yep, wearing the Spanish shirt, the soccer shirts. So also ran by this, if you guys didn't see this, coming out of Senator McConnell's house. You can see carpet swashes. We got color wash for the walls. So if you had a medical emergency and you stained the floor over there, flooring or carpet or whatever, yeah, I need to get some more new colors in there. So that guy came out of McConnell's place a couple of days ago, and everybody was pointing that out. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen because I made the comment on the video.
Dead.
It says if they're replacing the flooring, it makes total sense. Body fluids from a medical emergency can stain pretty bad. Crime scene cleaners on speed dial.
I mean, dude, people in the area should be definitely watching. Yeah, and that's a very good point. Is it, because some people, when you die, you soil yourself, perhaps. And, hey, it's either that or, hey, he's dead and he never liked this color that I get to finally put in here. Or, like the other person said, preparing his house to sell the house. So, in any event, he a goner. So you just get used to never seeing Mitch McConnell again ever in Senate. So I'm very happy to see that or not see that.
Yeah, there's your welcome to U.S. air drug. Air Force uses largest jet to move $5 million worth of narcotics. What else did we have in here? Oh, yeah. Read this. This was interesting.
And again, I'm going back to my original point of that post that President Trump posted. I think I sent it to you and Tron, dude, the other day. That to me was just very weird. Do you see how he wrote that out? Right, like we're taking. It's my honor to bring the new Air Force One, and then he goes, but then we're bringing the old and then the new. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but here we go. To honor our brave men and tell me if I'm misreading this right, or if this is genuinely written wrong. Please tell me, and I'm being dead serious. It says, to honor our brave men and women of the military, we are sending the brand new, all right, so brand new and truly spectacular Air Force One to Mildenhall Air Force Base in the UK to give them the chance to tour the aircraft. Everybody's excited, blah, 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 blah. We thought that they should be the first. For old time's sake, we'll be taking the former Air Force One from Turkey to Mendenhall, a short trip that is totally worth in order to give the military heroes a chance to appreciate our beautiful new addition to Air Force fleet. So he says brand new, former, and then new addition again. We're talking multiple trips here? I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm retarded, but this had to be another canary trap. Among the claims by the New York Times was the anonymous sources said that the new Air Force One, quote, lacked some of the advanced security features of the older aircraft, including anti-missile capabilities. There is no way on earth the new Air Force One wasn't outfitted with anti-missile capabilities. The idea is so absurd that you have to believe this was a canary trap. If it was actually true, whoever heard this refit needs to be prosecuted. Whoever had this, all right. If it is actually true, whoever heard this or had this refit needs to be prosecuted. Not fired, prosecuted. But again, the idea that the new Air Force One had no anti-missile capability is patently absurd. Times journalists subpoenaed as Trump escalates pressure on the media. Justice Department seeking to compel testimony from reporters who wrote about the new Air Force One, called it a brazen act. So are they trying to get somebody to throw a missile at this thing again?
Well, they're assuming, if we're going to play away, the New York Times is saying, is that the reason he changed planes is they were scared that they were going to try to shoot the plane out of the sky, which is a great possibility because, as he's over there, we're bombing Iran at the same time. So that's normal operation because they did make a report that everybody got on Air Force One, the older version, and the reporters were told to close all the windows as they flew away, as request of the military and Secret Service and those types of things to keep the president safe. That was out there. So the plane did stay on. The new one stayed on the ground. They had a big line. People were looking at the new plane and all those sorts of things as they were flying around. I think they leaked this particular part out here to see who was actually going to publish it and then be able to go after those things because they're still looking for leaks that are inside the White House. And that would have been one way to take it is this way.
Old switcheroo, the shell game. I mean, he's got to definitely be the most wanted man on the planet for sure. And thankfully, he has great security.
Yeah, exactly.
Except in New York.
Yeah, and that's another thing here. Here, read that for everybody.
Breaking, the Trump administration has released its proposal to fence Lafayette Square across the street from the White House. The proposal also acknowledges plans to fence Pennsylvania Avenue. The whole avenue?
Yes. Like the metal riot fence and shit you talk about that, they put up just after January 6th with all the black fencing. He wants to do that entire area.
Well, maybe make it safe. I mean, can people walk through there at nighttime?
Yeah, it's still all patrolled and all those sort of things, but I don't know if there's going to create something would create some sort of riot or protest or something like that to keep those people out of these particular areas, preventing them from, accessing areas. But it's just interesting. Remember the big gates they're talking about all the way around the whole thing?
Oh yeah, I remember there was a time there that they couldn't pass laws after air quotes Biden took helm of the administration. Remember, because the law states that you actually have to hand a bill to somebody, and then the excuse that they gave was, "Oh well, we got the fences up, so we can't hand a bill to somebody." And I'm like, wait, you can't send a staffer to go meet the guy at the fence and put it through? So like whatever was going on there, during the 46th presidential administration. I don't know, but we've seen some certainly weird stuff over the last 8 years. It's very weird.
Our carrier pigeons are sick and we can't deliver the bill over there.
It's like, no, we can't send a staffer to the fence. It's like, what?
Here's the other side of this. I ran by this. Here, read that part.
Ash Patel can't count on Trump's protection forever. No.
You ready for his response?
Mm-hmm. Nah, my jet ski is gold-plated, dumbass. Your job is to lie. Mine is to protect the American people. And business is good. Jet ski is gold-plated.
That's your FBI director, boys and girls. So, yeah, that was interesting there. I just wanted to throw that one out there. Oh, yeah. Ran by this older video here. Talking about shots with 30-06. Any comments you want to put out there? I'm not playing any of the stuff about the Kirk trial and all those kabuki theaters as they're still doing pre-trial.
Yeah. Did you hear that there's a new video out that he's done? He's dead to rights now, dude. There's a video showing him pulling the trigger, killing Charlie. But guess what? Nobody gets to see it. Shucks. Nobody gets to see the video that they're alleging that they played in court the other day. So it's interesting. And again, we've talked about this.
Well, you're talking about the one that, what's his name, was talking about? Jack Holland, what's his name? The Daily Wire or Daily Beast or whatever it is he's on. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he's the one that was coming out. I guess was it his team that said they were talking to Charlie Kirk's team as he was shot in the neck and dying in the back of the the vehicle as he's driving to the hospital, and they're giving him updates. I can't remember which one that was. It was one of those two guys. They both looked the same. But he had said that he had seen the video that was supposedly displayed in court. But as far as I could tell, the only person in the court that actually saw it was the judge. And you can go watch his reaction of him watching the newly unreleased video that everybody's talking about.
What does his reaction look like?
Oh, dude, you could see he gets visually disturbed by watching it, and you could see that he sees Charlie die on a new 4K version video. So, gonna get interesting.
I'm wondering where that's from. Like, where is the perspective from? Is it supposed to be behind
It says
Tyler?
it's a 4K video that's going to be able to show Charlie and the shooter in the same video. It's Pasobic?
I'm trying to picture
Is what
that.
I think some are saying.
Yeah, it might
Because there's cameras all over the place. Okay, while you're thinking, we're going to play this. Ready?
Yeah.
Right now, I only know 4 people that have been shot with a 30-06. And that is Charlie Kirk, Martin Luther King, a fellow Green Beret named Chuck Ritter. He was actually shot with 7.62 by 54, which is the exact ballistic equivalent of 30-06. He was shot from 25 yards away. It also hit him, it went in between his ribs, hit his spine, deflected downward. Not only was there no exit wound, he's still alive. And it was all caught on video. And like he even posted he came on here and he's like, yeah, it can happen. Like if that happened to me, you're a liar. Okay, here's a video of it. Here's a video of this happening. Oh yeah, you're a liar. Here's my medical records. Here's the pictures of it. You're a liar. And then I just found somebody sent me a new one, a guy named Shane Hill, also shot from a very short distance away. A 30-06 hit him in the spine. And what's interesting to me is, look, I've been shooting long range for over 20 years. This is what I do I teach long range ballistics for a living. We have our own line of long range precision custom rifles. Like, this is what I do. But what I don't sit around and do, and most people don't, I don't care how good they are at ballistics or whatever else. Like, what we're not, there's internal, external, and terminal ballistics. Most people are not sitting around studying terminal ballistics, and we just don't.
Right.
And on top of that, specific to 30-06, I thought it was a lot less likely to stay in the body, or it was more likely to exit than even I. And once I started actually researching that piece, and part of that was saying, Gary, yeah, you're a ballistics expert, but do you really know that much about terminal ballistics of 30-06? Have you studied that? And the answer is no. So you start going back and you hear about Martin Luther King, you start looking at what was going on with that, and there's a lot of controversy around Martin Luther King, but what has never been contested was whether or not he was shot with a 30-06.
Right.
That's just not there. And we see almost exact results.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Because he also talks about, when you get to the little depth, is a lot of times evidently the deer shooters and the hunters that like that want to make sure they can do deadly impact enough to drop animals right there as they stand, so they don't, the bullet doesn't go all the way through and then things gets adrenaline running and it starts running through the brush as it slowly bleeds out. They want to be able to drop it as soon as possible. So that's interesting that they do have those types of rounds and shots and those types of things. There are rounds designed to go all the way through the body. I don't care. I'll go right through, metal, no problem. But some of these are designed that way. And I'm not saying this guy had it, but they did find the bullet, and it's a little bit smaller from Charlie's body. So they've matched the gun and the bullet and those things all together, supposedly, was what they told us.
Yeah, and they said, what was it, 98% DNA on the bullet was the police officers, and 2% was Tyler Robinson's, allegedly.
Yeah.
I just got I got major problems
And-
with
And they also found the boyfriend's, the transvestite's DNA on it too.
Ew.
That was the other thing that came out.
Ew,
So
what
just
were
wanted
they
to
doing?
throw that part out.
What were they doing? That's gross. No, but and again, too, the whole thing about the roof and the breaking down of the gun, and nobody could give me a good explanation for that one either. Like, allegedly,
No,
he
you-
broke the gun down, and then remember, because how do you do that? You got to have a screwdriver. Well, the body cam, the police officer's body cam battery died just as he's allegedly about to pick up the screwdriver that he supposedly broke the gun down with. Now, remember, he had a long gun, so allegedly broke it down, and then went into the woods, and then said, you know what, I need to hide this gun. Let me put it back together and make it longer, and then hide it, and then went on his business. So it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think I might got a clip of that, but comments coming from chat. Coming from Don't Stop Believing, Moss and 762 by 54 will go through small trees, and then RY TV Dinners puts in there, says Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, I agree with you. As long as we're on the same page.
I'm wondering if you're, and again, I don't know. I'm definitely not a ballistics expert by any stretch, but I'm wondering if a longer distance might let you build up more kinetic force. Like, say, well, I mean, obviously coming out of the gun, you would think it would be as fast.
Yeah, it's already a terminal velocity then.
Is it, so it's as fast as when it's coming out of the barrel, and there's no more kinetic energy being pulled up at longer. So it'll probably be, is it less effective at, I'm not saying like 2-3 miles, but we've seen, American Sniper movie there, Chris Kyle, when he hits a guy from like a mile, you see the big splatter of everything behind him. So I'm just wondering if there's anything for distance. Say shooting somebody from 100 yards versus, what do you say? That guy was shot at 25 feet away with a friggin' 30-06. That's crazy, dude. In the spine too. Oh.
Yeah, or MLK getting shot with a 30-06, and it didn't go through his body either.
And we guess it was James Earl Ray.
Oh, you're so crazy. All right, let's keep going. I can't find what else I'm looking for, but we'll just keep going. Somebody had mentioned the small ships in Boston Harbor. So yesterday, 4 of the world's most iconic tall ships raced head-to-head offshore for making their way to Boston for the Sail 250. Just some pretty cool little photos of these full-mast sails. These are all 3 masts, fully pulled out and cruising along, dude. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Our buddy Marauder, he was telling me when he was a youngster, he'd done some racing on some of these boats, and during he told me this a long while ago that they use different and this is something, of course, because I'm trying to learn something new every day. Apparently they have different thicknesses on these on the sails for different wind conditions. So if it's maybe windier, you go with a lesser thickness sail. Hopefully I'm understanding what he said correctly, but essentially certain sails are thicker than others to allow more wind to pass through them or less wind to pass through them. So if you want to go faster or slower, you put either a thicker or a thinner sheet up there. I think I'm getting that right. But those are badass, and those are huge. Ooh, what do we got there?
Huge.
Templars, the Templar one on the back right.
It's a cross, the same thing that Pete Hetzek has on his chest.
That's the what? German? German?
Yeah.
What's the
Are you ready for next story? You want to go into
aliens?
Let's go talk about the
I want to talk about the flags, because that's a red, white, that's a rainbow flag in the middle.
So let's change stories right here and get on-the-job reporting of an installer of sprinklers in a building in New York City. Let's go right to the tape.
We're steam fitters, local 638. We're doing the fire protection in this building. And what happened here was this building was renovated, and they were going to add another 16 stories to it. But at that point, you need to add more steel. And they obviously didn't add the right amount of steel. So the north side of that building is crumbling. The I-beams are bending like cigarettes in there, which is super dangerous. So I'm assuming they're going to evacuate everyone on the north side of 43rd Street. So, we're union steam fitters. The union iron workers went after this job. They lost it pretty much off profit is what they're looking to do. The contractor that's over here. So for New York City, we build it right. We build it the first time, and they chose profit over safety and put my members and every construction worker over here in jeopardy.
Cliff, can you walk us through what's it going to take to get this back up to code, get this back safe?
You're going to have engineers in here like you wouldn't believe, making sure that everything is supported. And I don't know what's going to happen with the other side of the building now. Time will tell.
you had members up there at the
All
time?
members right here.
They were up there. What did they see? What did they?
Cracking windows, bent beams, floor, concrete was falling from the roof below, and they brought it up, and then they had to evacuate the job immediately. So, and here we are now. We know that's the situation now. What we want is responsible construction in New York City. That's all we want. We don't need you to put profits over and crunch wages down.
So let's take a look at what happened over here. Oh, look at that. Oops. So this is the reinforcement that they've installed right here in the middle with all these things over here. But you can see this bent cigarette. This is a steel encased concrete beam. As they were building above it, you could see that it started to crush a lot of the stuff that was there. I wonder if I got the clip for it. Here is the clip of them walking around inside. Look at the beam on the foreground. So they put a 16-story building on top of the existing building and really didn't reinforce it. Because they're turning it into a housing. It used to be a Pfizer office building.
I would not be in there, bro.
So yeah, reinforcement over here. This guy put this out. I don't know exactly what it means. Is to guess who found the photos of the specific counterlever section at 215 East and 42nd. One, the way that the joists tie into the existing beams towards the existing building scares the F out of me. The derricks weren't supposed to be underneath beside the bearing beam. So again, this is the area that they're talking about that they started to build on top of, and then strengthening these particular beams itself here. I don't know what part of the construction he's talking about, but these are the areas that they're talking about that they started building, and all this whole floor started to buckle and separate, and windows were popping out and shit like that. So thought that was pretty cool. The New York Fire Department over here has a piece of technology I didn't even know existed.
It's a very serious situation. The box beams, the steel beams, had started to bend and deflect from the weight. We evacuated the building and started evacuations of surrounding buildings, and the building has continued to move since we've been on the scene. We have a frozen zone and a collapse zone set up, and we are working with the buildings department and the building engineer to make sure that this is safe for our people and for all New Yorkers. We have specialized tools that we can watch the building from and see movement even in centimeters or fractions of an inch. And since we arrived on the scene and put that in place, we have seen continual movement. It does mean that it is not yet stable. It is still a very serious and dangerous situation.
Yeah, I didn't know you could have a tool like that, but yeah, pretty cool if you're going to have some sort of laser level at a gigantic style.
Oh yeah, that's bananas, dude. They technology nowadays, they could probably measure anything. But I mean, I can't believe the people were actually up in there, like filming this after they're seeing what's happening to the beams. Like, yeah, walking around, duh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to give you the next story. I'm going to go hit the restroom really quick as you can talk about this particular situation. I'll be right back.
Certainly. And actually, as we learned from a caller on the call-in show yesterday, you guys all heard how they've been saying Mandami is at the desk backwards. But apparently it is a Washington partner desk, I think is what it's called. Partner desk. I think that's what it was called. Yes, the George Washington Partners Desk is a famous double-sided desk style featuring drawers accessible from both sides. The original federal-style desk used by the first president sits in the New York City's Hall Governor's Room, as we see there. The U.S. State Department, Benny Johnson's reporting here, State Department shut down a planned meeting between Iran and communist New York Mayor Zoran Mandami's administration. Anna Maria Akçia, a senior Mandami official, was set to meet with Iranian representatives at the UN on Tuesday. When the Trump administration found out, the State Department stepped in and canceled the meeting. Mandami can't be allowed to undermine U.S. foreign policy. Yeah, and who the hell are you going to meet with exactly at the UN?
Yeah, Yeah, we're bombing the country, but New York's going to go ahead and meet with one of their leaders. What the F?
Neon blinking lights. Is it bad enough for you, normies, yet? Not quite yet.
Oh, God, it's crazy some of the shit that we run into. And we're not even into the big part of the show yet. Let's keep going. What else we got for you? Oh, I just want to throw this back out. I don't remember if I showed this before, but again, city planners and parks and children and just they're not very intelligent. But let's go use the bathroom here in New York. And this is a Texas park.
Okay, I'm in Sulphur Springs downtown on the square, and they have these bathrooms, so you can see them, right? So I'm gonna go into this bathroom. Oh, I can see Chris. There he is. I can do whatever. I can wave at him, and he doesn't see me.
See, I think this is an issue, in my opinion, especially with little kids playing and weirdos on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making faces at him. This is so cool.
He doesn't even know I have my pants down, my hand in my pants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perverts can have a real good time in there, I guess. So, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Right next to a kid's fountain where the kids are playing. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, or did they plan it like that on purpose? That might be even the worst option.
Quick, another little funny. I always like people who are nice and polite when they're at the golf course and they're asking if they can go ahead and play through.
Holy shit, he's coming right at us.
Yeah. Can we play through? Yep.
Holy shit. Oh my God. It's hot action.
Hot pursuit.
Oh my God.
It's like GTA all over again.
Golf course owner must love that one, bro. Get off my lawn. Murder suspect.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Denver
Yeah.
golf course.
Okay, I got another funny we're going to throw in here in the United Spot. Have you ever heard of them? They're on YouTube, and they kind of do the stick figure or voiceover videos talking about political this or political that. He's done something so impressive that we're going to play it for you right now. Do you know who I'm talking about? The United Spot. When I show you the clip, you're like, oh, no, I know who you're talking about. That guy, United Spot, who does all these quick little videos here. Now this is good. You ready?
You instructed your team.
Oh, let me turn it up.
You instructed your team. Collins, Burks, Walensky, Redfield, and Daszak. You told them not to interfere with the scientific process or push any preconceived narrative on the origins of COVID. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And they were clear on your orders?
Crystal.
Any chance Francis Collins ignored your orders and pushed the natural origin story anyway?
Hey! I followed the science. The data was evolving. Collins, shut up.
Any chance Dr. Burks doctored the models?
Those models were based on the best available projections. I didn't fabricate anything.
Any chance Rochelle Walensky unmasked and censored doctors who questioned the vaccines or masks for political gain?
It was routine public health guidance. I was protecting lives.
Can you shut these people up?
When you told everyone to stand down on the lab leak theory, any chance they greenlit the cover-up anyway?
We investigated based on the evidence! Yeah, there were legitimate concerns about wet markets.
Answer the question, Fauci.
Hey, Trump, can I get some respect here? I'm the former head of an IAID. I'd appreciate if Mr. Gabbard would address me as doctor or sir. I think I've earned it. No, you're not going to get any respect. Not after what you put America through. And you'll address me as President Trump? I think I've earned it. Have you ever had to lie to a country, Mrs. Gabbard?
No, sir.
Ever balanced global alliances while funding gain-of-function research and used follow the science to control the narrative?
No, sir.
Ever had to make calls that kept Democrats safe while filling your bank account with taxpayer money and big pharma grants?
No, sir.
My team always followed orders, Mrs. Gabbard. They followed orders, or the lockdowns failed. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Crystal, but if you ordered your team not to suppress the lab leak theory, and your orders are always followed, why was the entire scientific community and media locked into the natural origin story for years?
Well, There were concerns about foreign interference. I mean, zoonotic spillover.
But that's not what you said. You said there was no lab leak. You told everyone in early 2020 the virus couldn't have come from Wuhan.
That's what we assessed.
Yet you pushed the wet market narrative. Why?
It was a precaution.
A precaution or a cover-up? You said there was no threat of a lab origin, yet your team funded EcoHealth and suppressed dissenting scientists for years.
I recall what
I can have the court reporter read it back to you.
I know what I said. I don't need it read back like I'm some kind of pharmacist.
Then why the two stories, Dr. Fauci?
Sometimes people act on their own.
No. You said your team never acts on their own. They follow orders, or the narrative fails. So why was the truth about COVID's origins buried?
The court's waiting, Tony. Spill it.
If your team followed orders, then why was every dissenting doctor and scientist under surveillance and censored? You ordered the suppression, didn't you? Because that's what you told your team to do. And when it started to unravel, you threw your staff under the bus. No! Objection! You falsified memos. You manipulated the funding reports. Dr. Fauci, did you order the cover-up of the lab leak and the gain-of-function research? Doctor, you don't have to answer that!
You want answers?
I think America's entitled.
You want answers?
America wants the truth.
America can't handle the truth!
Did you lie to America?
You're damn right I did!
I thought that was great.
You sit there in your little spiffy outfit and question my orders. That was a good little play.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle it.
So I thought that was pretty cool. He did a pretty damn good job at that. Those little things that he had put together. So
I like the high pitched voice. Adds a little bit of a comedic twist to it.
Yeah, and being in the courtroom and those types of things. So yeah, hat tip to that guy. Definitely follow the United Spot, and you could tell him that the Hulk and Spaceshot show sent you. Let's get into some other stuff right here. So yeah, so this guy right here was arrested, convicted in Minnesota for raping a 10-year-old girl, and then guess what? Governor Walz gave him a pardon. Because they're going to put him in jail for like 10 or 20 years. And yeah, that wasn't going to happen over here. Here, what did Marco Rubio had to say about the whole situation?
Just weeks ago, a convicted sex offender and a foreign national was shielded from deportation by the governor of Minnesota. Laotian national Tu Li Wang was convicted of repeatedly sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl in the state of Minnesota. He even tried to pay his victim for her silence, and he called his heinous crimes a minor thing. Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America. Well, this week I revoked his legal status in the United States, and as a result, federal agents took him into custody, and as of today, he has been removed from the United States. Because of our action, this foreign criminal will never pose a threat to any American ever again. Americans must never be forced by their elected leaders to live alongside foreign sex criminals who have no right to begin with to reside in our country. This administration will always stand with the American people and defend them from violent criminals.
Yeah, dude, isn't that pretty crazy that he would actually do something like that?
Disgusting. Yeah, how are these people friggin' how are these people like humans, you know? And you could pardon somebody like that? That is just despicable. I mean...
And to have Marco Rubio step in and revoke his national citizenship. Yeah, Tim Walz over here wasn't very happy.
In Vang's case, I would state this, that I can find no reason how Minnesota will be safer or better if Mr. Vang is deported to a country he has not been to since he was a child.
Fox 9 reports.
I know, Hulk.
Again, those are your Democrats for you.
How America's better and safer? Because we're not paying for his $40,000 to $50,000 a year in prison, or if he's out, benefits. So yeah, and it's safer to not have a rapist in our country.
Yes, sir. The condition for you to stay inside the United States is you're going to have to serve the entire jail time after we cut your penis off. I agree with you, Cray Ray.
Oh, good. I got a good comment on this one here from Dunhee3 on Rumble says, My sister works in Illinois at the prison. She files the paperwork to release the prisoners. In the last few weeks, ICE is in the parking lot grabbing them as soon as they release them, even causing issues.
Good.
Like
That's good. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. Checking with Canada really quick. Read the news article.
The decline in Canada continues. Well, it makes no sense. Toronto building had to tell its residents to stop throwing feces at electrical workers. Oh, dude, that's got to be a foreign deal. My guess is it's got to be a foreign deal.
They're appalled after learning some residents at St. James Town apartment building were throwing feces at electrical contractors working to restore power to some of the units. Third world.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So here's another interesting story. Why don't you take a crack at this?
Feces. All right. Blue Lives Matter. Entire West Virginia Police Department fired after reporting evidence room break-in. The whole West Virginia Police Department fired. A small town of Barackville, West Virginia, has relieved its entire police department of duty following a reported break-in at the evidence room. According to former Sergeant Hunt, he arrived at the department Tuesday morning and discovered the evidence room had been broken into. He then called a meeting with the mayor and town council. A council member reportedly confessed to taking a set of police keys. When Hunt alleged that members of the town government may have been involved in the break-in, he and the department's remaining officer were immediately placed on inactive status. The police clerk also quit. This comes just 1 week after Police Chief Zachary Freeburn resigned over disputes with the town council regarding alleged overreach. The officers issued a statement thanking the Barackville community for their support during their service. The situation raises serious questions about what happened inside that evidence room and why local officials moved so quickly to sideline the very officers who reported the break-in. Pass this along so more people can know what happened in Barackville. What do you think, Hulk? They're getting rid of the police officers who figured out their crimes?
Yeah, I mean, when you walk in there and you're like, oh, yeah, the office dude had the key. He's not supposed to be in here. This is evidence and we're missing shit. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just fire everybody. We put you on inactive service.
I mean, what
they don't have an active police department.
Yeah,
no investigations.
What those police officers need to do is go talk to the local sheriff or the attorney general of the state and have them come in and do something. Marshals, perhaps?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Damn.
But it does say broken into and they have keys, so I wanted to throw that out there. Oh, yeah, here's another little headline you want to take a read on.
FBI and U.S. federal prosecutors are conducting a preliminary investigation into the Argentine Football Association over an estimated $300 million in financial transactions routed through U.S. banks per YF. Investigators are examining whether these funds, tied to international sponsorships, involve money laundering or bank fraud.
Doesn't Messi play on Argentina? I don't know. I can't remember who's on what team, but you just think about it for a second. They're over here for football, hanging out, earning a bunch of money and stuff, and then they start transferring a crap load of money through the banking system into their own country, and they're like, wait, what? So they're going to look at it. So I thought that was interesting.
I'm not sure where Messi is. I know he plays on a team that's blue. And I think that is the
I
Argentine
think that's Argentine.
flag. Yeah, I think that is the Argentine flag color. You are not going to believe this. Just last week, the superintendent of LA schools notified the board that they're now classified as a fiscal risk. Oh, God, because the district is projected to have a negative balance of $230 million by next year. Perhaps they shouldn't be spending millions of dollars on programs for illegals. Your reminder that our schools are not underfunded. They were simply invaded and overcrowded with illegals. Mass deportations will solve so much of this. Oh, yeah.
So this is on the report on top of it of them showing the application there that you can go ahead and get free services because you're an illegal immigrant.
Disgusting. Unified.
So, yeah, they're going to lose money and they're going to give us another tax increase. So, yay. California's getting one. What else do we got here? Oh, let's do some computer stuff here really quick. You want to read that?
Sure. Microsoft has responded to a false conspiracy theory that spread online after the recent Xbox layoff. Some people falsely claimed Xbox CEO Asha Sharma was replacing American workers with people on H-1B visas. Microsoft chief or CCO Frank Shaw denied the claim, saying Sharma is American-born, raised and educated. Shaw also called the rumor false and added, "Please stop spreading this nonsense." Aww. So instead of
on the
answering,
same day.
All right. So instead of answering for the below, they just made it about race and gaslit everyone. Curious how that number is close to how many they laid off. Microsoft currently has U.S. government approval to hire 2,273 new employees under the H-1B visa program for Fox News. Wow.
Yep. You're a little quiet. You want to get up on your mic, or should I turn you up?
You should turn me up because you maybe turned me down during the video games yesterday, but I'm right here.
No. This is Discord.
Yeah, maybe Discord.
There we go. We'll turn it back up to 110. Give me a check.
110. This is level 110.
Yeah, we're good. All right, so that happened. Xbox CEO with no experience in games takes over, fires American workers, and then gets appointed to the Federal Reserve position to help facilitate new jobs in America. But they cut like 5,000 jobs and probably good 40% of their gaming industry just yesterday. So yeah, they cut off a lot of people. So a lot of people with a lot of time underneath their belt. So yeah, she's starting to hack away. But yeah, saying Phil Spector spent too much money on buying gaming companies. So yeah, do that. I thought this is an interesting for founder-friendly VCs in the 90s, because you're going to ask for money or whatnot to go ahead and get your company up and running. Read that for everybody, Spaceshot.
In June 1993, Sequoia Capital and Sutter Hill Ventures wired $2 million to a three-person chip startup called NVIDIA. The round valued the company at roughly $6 million. Don Valentine told Jensen Huang that if he lost the money, he'd kill him.
That's nice and friendly, like mob type thing. It was only $2 million, dude, back then in the 90s. That's when Elon Musk bought a bunch of their chips. So I thought that was interesting. You could take that one.
Apparently, it wasn't just Sony president and CEO Hiroki Totoki who sold stock days after PlayStation announced the end of discs. Multiple Sony executives have also been selling their shares following the backlash, but I thought Sony said the outrage was fake and people would forget about it.
So again, we talked about the big plant they're going to be closing and make 600,000 discs a day to sell to around the world itself. And then even over in the Xbox development team in India was even going through and doing location scouting and started buying up, this is Xbox in part of India, started buying up locations so they can have retail stores buy PlayStation games and those types of things, their location. So after they make their last announcement, they basically told everybody, yeah, we're not doing disc anymore. And nobody told the development team over in India, who was spending all this money buying buildings and start converting these stores over so they can have PlayStation front stores. And they just told them, we're going full digital anyways. They're like, what? So it's a surprise for a lot of people that they're doing this. And, you know, it's they got 150 million users or something godly. So 50,000 of them throw their, PlayStation in the trash. That's only, 1%. So right now, everybody wants to buy a disc version of this console. They're limiting it to one per person as they continue to restrict access to their games. So NVIDIA is going to go, Xbox is going to go with the way of digital transfer if you own the discs themselves and are still continuing to support disk drives here. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Remember all those DVDs and Blu-rays you bought? Do you still want access to that, or you just want to go to Netflix and rent it?
Yeah, and when's the last time any of you guys actually put a disc, a DVD, a Blu-ray into a PlayStation or an Xbox to watch it?
A week ago.
Anytime recently? Really?
Week ago. Yep. I just wondered what chat thinks. You guys awake out there? Good morning, everybody.
Remember, you got about a 15, 20 second delay from when we say it to when they hear it, and then they get a text. So yeah.
Wait for it to come back around. Let's see if you guys get it. Some people are an hour behind.
New case has been a while. A. Marinson says, I like Pop-Tarts. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in like a very long time. Hi, Yo Holo says. Hard copies rule, Enrique Alvarado says. I have recently threads. Rochelle, have you used a DVD or a Blu-ray in a Xbox or a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation recently?
Yeah, that's what we're asking. Not whether you play games, whether you want access to your content. So whether you bought a digital CD or a CD to listen to music, an album, DVD, Blu-ray, do you still want access to those? Or do you just want to pay a monthly subscription and keep it easy that you go watch it on Netflix and Prime Video and those types of things? Or do you want to be able to go walk over to the shelf, grab that disc right off the thing, knock the dust off it, and toss it in your DVD player? Which one do you guys want?
Bamlo says, I still want access to my DVDs. And that's another side question. I mean, how many people actually have a DVD player versus using, an Xbox or a PlayStation? Because for me, it was just pointless to buy a DVD player or even a Blu-ray player if you have an Xbox or something like that.
Oh, I mean, they do wear out. So if you want to do a standalone player, just do Blu-rays and 4Ks and all those sort of things, that would make sense that way itself. But if you're not much of a movie watcher, it wouldn't really matter. But if you're going to run hundreds of movies through it, because you're watching a lot, then I would do a different player just to not wear out your disk drive when 10 years down the road, then it doesn't work. You're like, I can't play the game. So, but basically what Sony is doing is saying, you're not going to get the choice. We're going full digital. They had an agreement with licensing for the last 10 years, 12 years for the company that owns like Die Hard 2 and Terminator 2. And so they lost their license to it, which means you no longer own the 550 something odd movies, TV shows you would have bought underneath that particular umbrella on your Sony PlayStation 5 in the last 10 years. And they just notified you, we don't have the license no more, so you don't get a refund and you don't get access to your content anymore. Sorry.
Hell no. We got definitely some more comments coming in. Delta says, last week, Blu-ray and game disc. I want to own my shit and be euphoric while other people cry. And Bamlo says, I don't want to pay any monthly subscriptions, even for the free to sell towers. New case, sick of all the subscriptions and add one. Once you buy a game, it needs to be yours and not be forced to alter them, like the no homo mod being kept from us on Skyrim. Bill N says, not in a long time, but still have many discs. Yeah, I think I still got maybe game-wise, I think I have 5 or 6 discs, like UFC, the old Call of Duty, the old GTA, and G-Fonts dropped in $1 holler on Rumble, says, burn your discs onto your hard drive. Which
I kept some of my stuff. I got stuff from like the late 2000s, like 2006, 7, 8, 9 in there, when they're all coming out with like Battlefield 3 and what else is in there? I think I found Battlefield 2042 in there with the ships. No, it was.
Oh yeah.
Was it 2540? I can't remember what it was back then with the ships that were flying around. Back on playing on PC. I think I found Quake 3 in there too. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it.
It's a good idea. Spit Choke and Puke says, what? I won't be able to watch my DVDs on my DVD player? No, yeah, you will be able to, but it's going away. And Rochelle P says, I purchased, and this is a good idea, purchased an older model laptop just so I could play my DVDs as well as play them on a boombox. So yeah,
there you go.
Definitely different ways to do it. I mean, of course, if you have a DVD player, you'll always be able to. So this is more about just, they throw in the disc on the Xbox and the PlayStation so you can do both. But, going forward, I haven't bought one in years. I enjoyed Game of Thrones, so I think I ended up purchasing the series on like Prime. You know what I mean? That I didn't buy the disc. So everything I've been buying lately has been digital, even the video games on Xbox.
Yeah. So we got a lot of gaming industries, even id Software, the creator of Doom, Quake, and those types of things, had to put out its particular memorandum because some people were coming out with fake information in regards to the reorganization of the company themselves. And they said they're basically down to the same crew they had 2016, and we're still moving forward, and we'll see you at QuakeCon in the end of summer. So I thought that was interesting there. PlayStation, for whatever reason, brought out Black Ops 1 and 2. You can go play it right now as we do some gaming. You can only play it on PlayStation 5.
It's been so many years. We got that shit. Yeah. What's running shit?
Online?
Fuck you.
There's the lobbies for you. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then also I ran by this too because everybody watched the Fallout TV series over on Netflix out there. And Xbox at Citium Entertainment has canceled multiple projects, including a sequel to Avowed, which was that DEI game. Began working on a new game with popular Fallout franchise as part of the division's broader restructuring, according to people familiar with the matter. So they said, go focus on the TV show shit that took off there. So we want that stuff. And stop with us all this weird ass LGBTQ DEI stuff. We don't want any of that because nobody's buying that. All the games that they did come out in the last year and a half associated with that, including Sony's $400 million loss on their game that was out for a week and they pulled it. So they told me to reorient that, and I went to go look at what Obsidian Entertainment looks like, and I was like, fuck, we're done.
Oh,
we're not going to get a good Fallout game. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, but they did a really good Avowed DEI game over here that didn't sell any money out there, and it's been out for a year and a half and lost a bunch of money.
All women, too? I mean, besides the fact they're a bunch of liberal losies, but, like, you gotta add some dudes in, too. And, I wouldn't say you should have a video game company that should have all guys either.
So Assassin's Creed from, I think, Ubisoft brought out a remastered Assassin's Creed's Black Flag yesterday. Read this for everybody.
51 employees, many of whom worked on Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, will celebrate its launch today by being laid off. At Ubisoft, even a successful launch won't keep you safe from layoffs. Ooh.
Yep, fired everybody. And I'm going to throw this out there because this looks fun. Now, when we see the evolution of the GTA 6 and 5 games that are coming out, and we all are aware of the custom mods, custom servers, role-playing servers, those things are becoming bigger. And we did have GTA or Rockstar go in and buy 5M and a lot of those other types of role-playing type server communities to make sure they were going to control it for the new game. Well, 5M did something kind of interesting here. They did this.
For too long, these racists have treated our streets like playgrounds. To the drivers out there watching this, that ends now.
So semi-mission, semi-racing type of thing that they're coming out of. This is, again, by Rockstar, who purchased 5M. We're putting some of these new content things that are coming out. I just find it interesting as they develop the game engine and change it from what we just saw GTA 5 pictures in there of what the town looked like, but they're turning it into a different game. which is starting me to believe this is what they're showing what they're going to be doing with GTA 6. You're still going to have your standalone game or whatever, but they're going to be able to develop new games and new content totally outside of the original vision of what the creators of Rockstar designed the game to be. And that's where GTA 5 is at right now.
That's going to be cool. Yeah, I thought that was an ad for friggin'. It looked so much like, because you had Los Santos in there, and then the Vapid and the different car names were the same as GTA.
There's a little bit of racing about those sort of things, and this type of scripts and stuff that they're using with it. They are getting, pretty in depth in doing this. You can see that it's no longer just a bunch of people playing role-playing games or those types of things themselves. They're developing almost
a year
an
ago,
entire
we rolled
game.
out Coastal Contracts, a massive overhaul to Onyx. Since then, we've been perfecting our mechanics and continuing to work with our strengths, such as rolling out new gameplay systems with our Dungeon Masters.
Vinny, you beautiful specimen.
Factions run by our game coordinator.
So just to show you that the community itself with the right tools will actually develop games that gamers will actually want to play. And that's why Rockstar decided it was a good idea to go and buy publicly available M5, which is a bunch of dudes making mods for video games. So just find it interesting that this is the direction it's going. And, it proves to the fact, because I even saw a copy of Sea of Thieves, which is the Bert Peanut and the rest of those guys are all playing, which is it's like Sea of Thieves, but it's with machines that roll around on the ground. You have cannons and stuff. You can run on the other person's machine and blow stuff up. And it's kind of like a Sea of Thieves, and you steal stuff from the other people itself. And it's a direct copy of Sea of Thieves, and it's cheaply done, but it had like a whole crap load of people are playing it. And all the streamers are playing it. I go, see, this just proves the fact it doesn't matter that what the big box stores are trying to feed us to get them to play these types of games and the VOD and DEI shit. The audience themselves will find the right game and put their money where their votes need to be, right into the pocket that they want to support on those types of creators. So I think the gaming industry is learning a valuable lesson right now at this point, and they better pay attention.
Yeah, it's getting wild
That's
out
my
there
opinion.
as far as all this, and it's big money into it too. It's the ones that do really good, like that company GTA 6 or whatever, they're gonna make billions and billions and billions, and then inside of it afterwards as well. I'm interested to see how the social media stuff's gonna work inside of the game as well, and then purchases.
What else do we got? Anything else I want to throw over here in the gaming side? We'll leave it alone. We'll go into other stuff. What else do we got? Where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. Let's check in with Tim Cook and whatnot here. We're going to go a little bit of intellectual property rights. Here, why don't we start off here first? Because Broadcom, just in case you didn't know, is a big chip manufacturer. They don't make the chips. They design a lot of the chips, including a lot of the stuff associated with your 5G phones and connectivity and those types of things. Go ahead and read this, Spaceshot.
Mm-hmm. We're proud to expand our work with Broadcom with a new agreement to produce billions more chips in the U.S. It is our largest ever American manufacturing program commitment and an important step in our work to build an end-to-end silicon supply chain in the U.S. And you got to love that top comment. Does this mean iPhone gets cheaper and even Mac? Oh, doubt it.
So, yeah. Read this now.
Apple is suing OpenAI for stealing trade secrets. Apple, OpenAI deliberately and systematically stole confidential info from Apple employees. Chang Liu, ex-Apple engineer, kept his Apple laptop found a, quote, bug to access Apple cloud storage. Liu, quote, LOL, I found out I can access the network storage. So funny. Downloaded confidential files while working at OpenAI. Tang Tan, 24 years at Apple, VP of iPhone and watch design, now OpenAI's chief hardware officer. Tan used Apple codenames to extract info from Apple employees interviewing at OpenAI. Tan told candidates to bring, quote, actual parts, batteries, logic boards for show and tell. Tan circulated Apple offboarding doc to teach OpenAI hires to dodge Apple's exit security. 400 plus Apple employees poached. Apple emailed OpenAI about it in February. OpenAI never responded. Filing says OpenAI's hardware business is, quote, rotten to the core. And this is the tip of the iceberg. Joni, I've mysteriously not named. Apple is suing OpenAI for stealing everything, demands a jury trial. That's going to be a couple of heavy hitters.
That means they're going to probably own everything that would have been done underneath this particular umbrella. So if OpenAI is going to try to bring out some sort of smart device of some sort using Apple's technology, they would own all of that. That's what I would go for. No, I ain't going to settle. I want all of it. My opinion. Here, let's get it a little bit. Here, read through this. This kind of breaks down what they were doing a little bit more.
B. Cheng Lu, senior system and electrical engineer at Apple, 8 years working on iPhone. January of this year, leave Apple to go to OpenAI. Apple asks for a laptop back. He ignores them. LAM, laugh my ass off. It's my laptop now. Within hours of leaving, message Yu Ting, Alyssa Peng, friend at Apple. Lu, I still have another computer. Uses it to access Apple secret info within weeks. Uses her Apple work laptop. February 9th. Try Apple network storage. Cloud repo of confidential engineering files. Authentication bug. Still works. Message Peng. LOL. I found out I can access the network storage. So funny. Peng. I'm ready. While developing hardware for OpenAI, downloaded dozens of confidential files, including 1,000+ page compilation of technical files, including MLB, main logic board, manufacturing, and testing presentations. Send Peng's links to Apple proprietary folders. Point her to specific project data. Coach her how to copy files, quote, to avoid trouble with the security team. Tell her which confidential Apple materials to study before her OpenAI interview. Warn her another guy, quote, fumbled Tang Tan's questions about a secret Apple project. Quote, download some info for her to review. Tell her, switch to Line Messenger so nobody sees this. She gets the OpenAI offer, leaves Apple April 16th. Meanwhile, every message was left on Apple-issued work laptops. July 10th, Apple Incorporated v. Cheng Lu, named first before OpenAI, before Tang Tan. LOL, so funny. Damn.
So yeah, they have a copy of everything she did out there. So what did Elon have to say about the whole situation? Read that.
It's patently absurd that Apple isn't smart enough to make their own AI yet. Yet is somehow capable of ensuring that OpenAI will protect your security and privacy. Apple has no clue what's actually going on once they hand your data over to OpenAI. They're selling you down the river. Oh, that was 2 years ago on my birthday.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it tells you history repeats itself again. They're going to get banged up. So yeah, just throw that in there. So that's going down right there at that point here. Yeah. Look here, Financial Times. OpenAI and Google sell AI models to blacklisted China groups. Oh yeah, so they're going right past anything that Trump had said before. Yeah, they sure are.
Damn.
They're still selling it.
Sanction them.
Now let's get into a little bit of breakdown, because I thought this was interesting of why and what China versus American AI.
The third problem with AI is that the world has another option. That option is called China. So let me show you what China is really doing. Remember this chart from the beginning of the video, the $1 trillion that America is spending. Well, here's something interesting. This is China. On that same scale, America, $764 billion this year, and then $1 trillion next year, 3% of the whole US economy. China, $102 billion this year, $123 billion next year, 0.6% of their economy, which means America's outspending China almost 10 to 1. Why? It's because China figured something out. A developer took the exact same coding task and gave it to two AI models, Claude Opus, which is one of the top American models made by Anthropic, and GLM, which is a Chinese open model. Both models finished the same task and both took about 5.5 minutes. The American model charged $2.33, and the Chinese model charged 31 cents. That's 7.5 times cheaper. And before you think that that's a cherry-picked test, here is the industry-wide data. This is called the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, and this is basically the official rankings of every AI model in the world. Now look at the top. The best American model scores 60. Now look right here. This is GLM, the best Chinese open model, 51. And look at how much of this chart is from China. DeepSeek, Qwen, Kimi, Minimax. They're not at the top. They are everywhere. They are filling the whole middle of the global rankings. Now, to be fair, the US still has the smartest AI in the world, and that's true. But if you ask the question that every business is asking, do I need the fastest AI model to manage my business? The answer is no. For most businesses, that's things like answering their customer service emails, to basically do the boring work that is 90% of what companies actually use AI for. Based on that logic, China's winning. The US is winning the race for the most dollars spent, and China's sort of winning the race for the customer. Now the question is, how is China doing this while spending 10 times less money? And the answer is distillation. Okay, here's how it works. When you train a frontier AI model from scratch, that means spending billions of dollars teaching it everything the hard way. But there's a shortcut. You can train your model by studying the answers of a model that already exists. This is basically like copying someone else's homework, and then you know the answer. For almost no money spent, by the way. So the US spends trillions of dollars doing the hardest research in human history, and then China just sort of copies it by compressing the results into smaller, cheaper models, and then it gives them away for free. It open sources them, which means anyone can download them. And if you think about it, every dollar of US AI spending, it's kind of like a donation to the Chinese AI industry. And this has become common practice for China. So much so that they are doing it as a side hustle. Check this out. This is a model, for example, called Longcat. Look at the benchmarks. It's going toe-to-toe with Google's Gemini, and it's beating older versions of Anthropic's flagship models on real-world agentic tasks. But the thing is, do you know who built Longcat? It's a company called Meituan. Do you know what Meituan does? It's a food delivery company. Right? It's the Chinese DoorDash equivalent, and they built an AI that competes with the smartest labs in the United States. Which means when a company like that can do what a $1 trillion US company is doing, is that company still actually worth trillions of dollars? Maybe not. Because remember, the assumption that's holding up the whole AI stock market is that, let's be patient, guys, the profits will come, and when they do, all the US companies will collect those profits because the world has no other choice. But here's what the actual cost is when there is a choice, right? This is the same type of work. The American model shows 18.5 cents per task, and the Chinese model, 4 cents, right? Within a few quality points of each other at a 76% discount.
There's the point to pay attention to. And obviously you use less power when your model is not as strong and not selling the right product to the right customer that fits their particular needs is the big point of that particular video itself. So there's your update on AI and where we're sitting with China. I thought it was interesting.
Everything's cheaper in China. That's why they were asking about the iPhone being cheaper, because we're going to start making the chips in America. Think about it the opposite way. But also think about it may last longer. Products made in America. Remember how it used to actually mean something? You know, when people were buying, you're proud to be made in America, and you know, American-made chair versus a Chinese Walmart chair. It's going to last you so much longer. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it will last much, much longer.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to shop at Unpainted Huffines. That's why I named Raising Arizona. That was such a great movie. I don't know why I thought of that right there. Okay, yeah. I thought that this is interesting. So yeah, the end of the Model S and X assembly lines at Tesla. I won't play the music, but look, this is where they made all those Tesla cars over here in Fremont. And you could just see them before and after. I'm just kind of pausing it a little bit here.
Where they go bigger?
This is where they're going to be building the robots, the Optimus. Isn't that crazy?
That'd be fun.
There's the line where they're doing cars. Saw cut it, fill it with concrete.
Damn.
There's the floor. Look at that change right there. Right there. Big machinery disappearing.
How much money is involved in doing that? Huh.
Yeah, look, even polished the floors out there. So yeah, they tore that thing down as they're going to accelerate their building of those Optimus robots down there. They got 2 lines down there. They already have one making them right now. They've been making them since December last year. Oh yeah, as long as we're talking about AI here, read the tagline.
Ivy League professor suspected AI cheating, ordered an in-person final, and saw average scores plunge from 96 to 48. Wow.
Cheating with too much with AI, dude. So that was happening. The other thing out here, anybody remember those Ray-Ban glasses that you can film on? You've seen those, right?
Yeah, a guy at my work had. Actually, my son's got a pair of them.
So evidently, they have a little LED light over here, and some people have been trying to hack it, and they basically drill it out and cover it up with plastic. Well, they're going to come out with an update that says if you've done and drilled out that particular LED to let other people know that you were filming in public, that they're going to break your glasses permanently, and they will no longer be able to function.
Huh. Maybe just put a little piece of black tape over it.
The camera wouldn't work. It knows. It's supposed to read the LED light, so it knows when it's covered. But they've gone through and basically drilled it out, and then the thing thinks the light is actually on, but it's not actually there. So now it's going to get interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good safety feature, though, because, I mean, you don't want people recording you when you don't know that they are.
Exactly. Exactly what it was originally designed for. Quick little video here. I found this quite interesting here. Might as well throw this out.
Their leaders are gone.
Wait.
Their leaders are gone. They had leaders, they're gone. Then they had another set of leaders, they're gone. Now they have another set of leaders, they may be gone. Who knows? And you know what? I may be gone too, because I'm their number one target.
We're not playing around this time.
AI is out of control.
You gotta love it. You got to love it. Look at Besson with the AR. U.S. Navy commander killed in the Arabian Sea?
Yeah, evidently they were transporting him on one of their big expensive helicopters, and had a emergency. Water landed, and he's the only guy that drowned. Took him a day or so to find him, but that's what they're showing out here. Commander Edwards died on July 1st when his MH-60S made an emergency water landing in the Arabian Sea. No hostile fire suspected. Cause under investigation. The other 6 crew members survived.
Gabriel
Just little tidbits. Yep. How about this one? Read this one.
Earlier today, a dogfight between a Russian Su-35 and an American-made F-16 aircraft took place over eastern Ukraine, which led to the Russian aircraft being shot down by a Patriot missile battery.
They basically tricked the other plane into playing rabbit, follow me, and let him into our corridor where they shot it down with a Patriot missile is what happened. Because I always see these things, I'm like, what the hell exactly happened? So there's an Ukrainian F-16 flying around. Remember those we gave them? Trained the pilots? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now here's this. This is, I can't stop laughing at this, but another AI little piece I got out of order, but go ahead and read it.
When a gang of motorcycle riding members of Boko Haram attacked a military base in eastern Nigeria a couple years ago, they were stymied by a defense trench surrounding the complex. The extremists regrouped, Before launching another assault, they asked AI for help. Quote, we saw in a movie how motorcycles can jump over bridges, a former Boko Haram commander told Antonio Julik, a terrorism and technology researcher at Cambridge University. We used AI to learn how to do this. We gave it information like what motorcycles we use and the distance we need to jump and so on, and it gave us steps on what we have to do. What the hell?
Yeah. What do you use your AI for?
Jeez. Call up Robbie Knievel.
Exactly. What else do we got for you? Oh, I thought this was interesting here. As a little breakdown of this. This was former Nirvana guitarist Jason Everman in Afghanistan during his time as a Green Beret as a U.S. officer. So you remember him leaving Nirvana and going to serve? I didn't know he actually did all this. You want to read that for everybody?
Gave Kurt Cobain the money he needed to record Nirvana's first album, was Nirvana's guitarist for a bit, went to be the bassist for Soundgarden for a bit, becomes inspired by Benvenuto Cellini's philosophy that every man must be an artist, warrior, and philosopher, became an Army Ranger, retires from military service, became a bike courier in New York City, goes to live in a Buddhist monastery for a while, rejoined the Army as a Green Beret this time, gets an honorable discharge, receives a bachelor in philosophy from Columbia, back to music. What an utterly wild life trajectory, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just one person of his life for what he's done since the 90s. I thought that was pretty cool. Here's an interesting tweet to throw out on the internet. Here, take that for everybody.
Taco Bell, if your bitch-ass stomach can't handle a taco, then go to McDonald's. McDonald's, what the F did I do? If your bitch-ass stomach can't handle a taco.
That's so funny. So yeah, I can't believe they got there. So anyways, El Nino advisory out today indicating the strengthening will continue to get stronger. An 81% chance, a very strong event in October through December, and a 97% chance it continues through spring of 2027. Ranks among the strongest events going back to the 1950s. Strong events doesn't guarantee strong impacts, which is absolutely correct. But right now we got the monsoon season. So here at Southern California, down here, Baja California, all the way down to the bottom here, which we do have some warm water. Water's getting up there. You can see this Pacific patch of cold water over here. But look at the size of this thing down here.
Damn.
So this is 3 times larger than El Nino event, than the Godzilla event in 1983. So I went back to that, which dumped a whole bunch of snow up and up to the Rockies. And then the early part of April and May, they had like a 200% increase in rain, which melted the overgrowth of snow and then flooded the entire Colorado River system and overflowed the first time at Hoover Dam. They've never had it go over the spillway. That's how full this entire system was. Whether this gets into Southern California coming up, I'm not entirely sure. This will leave most of the Midwest dry. Weird weather going across the UK. They'll get really rainy over here, and we should get smacked into Southern California. So it seems to be building and building. So we'll see what happens. There's your El Nino update.
La Nina.
So that's the angry one, because there's La Nina and La Nino, boy, girl. So we're on the girl side. She's pissed off. Just in case you were ever needing to jumpstart your car. Yeah, just you can use your case. Yeah, it's fine. All right.
Holy crap. AK on positive, AK on negative.
So yeah, there's your AAA for you. I wonder if they have a membership on those things. That was a red light crazy crap we were talking about earlier.
AK AAA.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the weapons that were given from Turkey to the rest of the world, and some of the people didn't open it up till they got home and realized there's ammo in here? Did you happen to see this?
No.
This is what the weapon looks like, but some of the people went home with it and they didn't open it, and they're like, "Oh, there's a gun in here." Oh, and bullets. They were made and tailored to every one of the world leaders at the NATO summit.
Beautiful.
It's got the China card. China got one too. Look, see, China.
Oh, no, that's the turkey. That's the turkey.
Turkey's kind. It looked like the other one there from China.
Pretty close.
Well, they weren't there anyways. So I just thought that was cool.
What kind of gun was it? Revolver from NATO summit.
Yeah. Something that they make in Turkey. Turkey's got actually a really big army. What else do we got for you here? We could skip that, but as a note, you remember when he did the Reagan movie? It came out that the movie producer there said they were debanked and they had to basically self-budget the film to get it done with John Voight and Penelope and Miller with Dennis Quaid. So I haven't had a chance to see it, but I want to go see it. Just wanted to throw that one out there as we go through potpourri here at the end of the show. Now this is interesting here. This guy pointed out something I thought was interesting that some of these jets are starting to use because they're using deployed drone technology. I don't know if you heard about this, but we'll give it a minute.
Watch them closely. 3 Super Hornets just released 103 autonomous drones at once from their flare dispensers. Not remotely piloted, pre-programmed. Autonomous. This test happened in October 2016. Pentagon kept it classified.
Oh, this
for
is
3
old.
months.
Damn it. It's old. 2016. I thought it was new stuff, dude. I hate recycling old crap. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to skip it.
But it was a drone?
Unless you want. Yeah, here, you want to check it out?
Before anyone outside the program knew it existed. Here's one was designed by MIT engineering students. They were ejected from those Super Hornets at Mach 0.6 in temperatures of -10 Celsius. Then they formed up, coordinated without any human input, and completed 4 separate mission objectives. The 4th mission was a wide rotating ring formation. No one programmed that formation in advance. The swarm decides how to achieve it collectively.
And that's 2016?
Yes.
CBS 60 Minutes tried to film this test. They almost gave up. The drones moved too fast and too unpredictably for a conventional news camera to track. This was 2016, nearly a decade ago. The DoD was already talking about producing these in batches of 1,000, and this is the version they let you see. Whatever came after this is still classified.
Yep, exactly. Still classified. I got Skynet now, and it's making its own little robots and sending them out sentient probes. That's what we saw flying all over New Jersey. They were just testing it.
Well, I mean, dude, they don't tell us about this stuff, but I think it's a good video to show because it shows something that they were using 10 years ago that we've only started to see, out in the public, in a grand scale in the last couple of years. You know what I mean? We've only seen that these military folks are using this stuff. We see how it was big usage in Ukraine and Russia as well. But 10 whole years ago, and so yeah, we're seriously beyond 30, 40, 50 years ahead minimum.
Yeah, you probably order that one on Amazon now. Anybody seen a gear shift like this on a 1940s Vespa? Yeah. Never seen one on the actual handlebar. You can see they're doing a bench test for horsepower over there, but it's just a 4-gear little Vespa.
Yeah, that's that movie my son liked. I forgot a few years ago with the kid that's like a fish and he comes out of the water. They wanted to build a Vespa, and over in Italy, I forgot what the movie. forgot what it was called, like a cartoon, but that's funny because it was a Vespa that they wanted to build. But that would be difficult to drive. Maybe you get used to it. I don't know, but just like cranking that and then having to turn it while you're my hand. I mean, is a Vespa just like another motorcycle on the other side? You have a twist
scooter. It's a scooter basically. Yeah, twist on one side. That's your clutch right there. He's grabbing right there.
That's weird. So you're gonna be twisting on the right side and then occasionally twisting or pulling that trigger to shift into each different gear, and then you got a brake on your right hand, and then you're for your front brake, and then I'm guessing the pedal would be your rear brake.
Yeah, weird. There's that weird shit for you. What else I got for you? Oh, yeah. Who needs a blanket?
3, 2, 1.
Would you order it off of Amazon, guys? I'm just wondering. Some of you girls are cold, so I figured this would be great for you guys.
It might not be bad for the winter, you know?
Yeah, Space Shot's going to need it for his bedroom. We're going to get him one. So he can
make sure it's pink.
Keep nice and warm when he's doing his show.
Sure, it's pink.
Another glitch in the Matrix? All in tennis?
Went down? Yeah. The server or what? No, the result. So you want to check it in the video review? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gigante is requesting a video review to check if the ball went through the net.
At first, fans thought it was a mistake, maybe a misunderstanding in the chaos of a fast rally. But when officials rolled the replay, the stadium went silent.
Yeah, okay, it's okay. It's okay, I'm fine with that. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the result of yellow went through the net. Cord is overturned.
The footage clearly shows Diallo's return piercing through the net cord as though the strings weren't even there.
That is weird, dude.
I find weird shit. I don't know where to put it because I was thinking, okay, maybe the video is going to show it. It's like going through like one of the squares or something, went through the square itself. It was just perfectly like, I don't know, stretched or whatever because it's not supposed to happen. But
dude, is anybody else seeing that weirdness on the screen? Are you seeing like wherever you're not trying to look on the screen, you're seeing like little dots on the connections?
Yeah, because it's these things you're seeing, these intersections.
So wherever you look at them, though, you won't see them. And where you look away or where you're not looking at, you see them all over the place. But dude,
I'm tripping,
that's
man. I put too much DMT in my coffee this morning, bro.
Dude, it actually looks like where it hit the white part did mess with the trajectory or it did affect it there, but the rest of the net certainly was not affected. That's just really weird.
Dirty Carpenter says CERN.
Yeah, maybe it went in, maybe above that white thing, there's maybe stitches out.
There's another video where they go back and they check the fence here and it's fine. There's no holes, no nothing.
Thing's freaking me out, dude. Wherever I look, I'm not seeing it, but where I stare at it, you don't.
All right, we'll keep going. They found a bone in Southern California that's about 13,000 years earlier than the people crossing the ice bridge over in Alaska, and it actually came up from South America into the Southern California area, rewriting the history by about 1,300 years. So, yeah, or 13,000 years. So, yeah. As time changes, something to put in there. I just thought it was interesting as a note. What else do we got here for you? Okay. Has anybody else seen the increased outbreak of people having some sort of like diarrhea type of thing going on? I found it over here first.
So there's kind of a weird story coming out of the Grand Canyon. I started seeing posts on Facebook about somebody coming down with weird illnesses after rafting the Grand Canyon. So we reached out to one of the guys who said he's been sick. He's been sick for weeks after coming through the Grand Canyon. He said it started with an infection in his knee, and then it went into flu-like symptoms and crushing muscle and joint pain. He says he's had it ever since and just can't shake it.
And I mean, like I try to explain it to people. I mean, it feels like I did a hard workout every day, even though I've done nothing except for sit on my butt.
He also says doctors don't really know what it is. Well, now the National Park Service is investigating what's going on down there because he's not the only one who's reported it. On Facebook, there have been other people who have said, yes, in my group, there were 4, 5, 6 other people who came down with the exact same thing after rafting the river. So right now, the National Park Service is trying to figure out what exactly is going on, as are the people who were down there.
So another thing that they also, people started noticing and happening in, I think it's up in Ohio area. There were some reports of people, a large group of people coming up, being sick, diarrhea, type of flu deals. They traced it down to the water and then came back and found out it came from a Mark Zuckerberg data center that's spilling out a particular bacterium that is starting to make people sick and shit like that. And then you see scatter reports all over the place. And then I ran by a post from Taco Bell saying, in light of the recent news of people getting sick across the United States, we were temporary suspending until we get other way to pick up food. No more tomatoes, lettuce, or onions. Thank you very much for your attention to this matter.
No more onions?
Yeah, anything
Tomatoes?
like listeria, something like that, has to do with water. Maybe some people are getting sick, those types of things. So again, I don't know where to put it. I haven't heard anybody in my local area being sick, but these are just some of the reports that I've seen. From the data center, Taco Bell making a comment, and then these stories out of the Grand Canyon, which might be listeria, something out of the water or something like that. I don't know where to put it, but it seems to be enough that they started making comments about it.
Yeah,
So I don't know if anybody else has seen it.
No, that would scare the crap out of me. I did hear a little bit of diarrhea issues from some of these folks for sure.
With Chipotle.
Don't drink it.
All right. I guess we get in my funnies and weird shit. Whatever else I got left over here. I ran by this. Yeah. So, corporate negotiations. I always thought this was, I thought this was entertaining. I've seen it twice already. You guys ready? Not even going to give you any setup. It's the corporate negotiations.
Sir, I don't think they would put...
Oh, wait. It's a
No.
I thought it was funny. What else do we got for you? I thought it was entertaining. Here's your fight video for you. You ready? Ready?
UFC. Okay.
The guy in blue, you ready? They're both willing participants.
And the white's got bad form already, dude. Why is he leaned way over like that?
Yo.
Oh, he probably already got hit with a body shot. Oh no, dude in the white's just awful.
Now, why is he even... Dude, why does he give up?
Killer, what's up? Please, killer.
He's still trying. Look at him, dude. Yeah, you're out. Game over. Dude, there's some strong throws in that guy.
Yeah, the dude in the white was definitely not putting up any... I mean, even the punch that he threw out was like slow motion.
Yeah, so that was the setup if you wanted to revisit this.
Tonight, baby.
Is this the fight? The original one?
No, this is Dennis Seaver versus...
Oh, I thought it was the other guy for tonight. I was thinking it was the same dude.
No, well,
No,
this
it's not?
was a good one because this was one of Connor's first fights in the UFC. He beat the
Give me a
crap out of
quick
this
30.
guy. Sure. So yeah, Connor is
Talk about
fighting.
the fight.
Yeah, and so if anybody enjoyed the UFC 250 event a few weeks ago, I would implore you to watch the fights this evening. I'll pull it up on my side. Just for anybody that wants to see it really quick, it's fight day. So Conor McGregor is back, and he says, "Oh, I'm all in, and I'm back, and it's the McGregor's back." Okay, well, here's the deal. Conor McGregor has not fought in 5 years. His last fight, he had a really bad break of his leg. and again, hasn't fought in 5 years. Max has been the champion at 145. I think an interim champion at 155, was the BLM or the BMF, baddest mother effer, belt winner. So he's had many belts himself. Connor's had lightweight and featherweight belts at the same time. So that's going to be a really good fight. And neither of these guys, I would guess, would like to go to the ground. And then a couple really good undercard fights. This one's going to be great. These two guys generally like to go to the ground, but he fought Justin Gaethje, the guy who won the last main event and beat Ilia Topuria. Fought Paddy Pimblett in his last fight before he fought, and it went the whole round. So he's going to be fighting Benoit Saint-Denis, who is known as the God of War, and he's actually a French ex-special forces dude. And both of these guys are ground specialists, but usually what happens when two guys are ground specialists, it ends up turning into a kickboxing match. And then again, kickboxing, neither guys are going to want to go to the ground. Neither guys are going to want to go to the ground. Neither of these guys are going to want to go to the ground. Same thing on this one. And then here we go, dude. Alicia Ellison versus Gable Steveson. That's the dude I was telling you about the other day, the Olympic gold medalist who knocked a dude out in like 20 seconds. Threw a left hook, went for a takedown, and the guy was knocked unconscious before he hit the ground. He is 0-0 professionally. He's only got like 3 amateur fights. Wow. He's fighting tonight in the undercard prelims. Cody Garbrandt, Adrian Yanez going to be... Dude, I'm telling you, all these fights are going to be... I guarantee maybe one fight might go to the ground, but almost every one of these fights, I would guess, would majority stay in the ground, stay standing, like a kickboxing or boxing match. So if people don't, a lot of people don't like the wrestling aspect of it or the jiu-jitsu aspect of it, but it's gonna be a good one. I recommend, if anybody enjoyed the fights whatsoever, definitely give that a gander tonight. And again, it's
what time is it tonight at?
I should probably know this. But so historically they've always been at 10, and lately they've been doing them at 9. But I'll just verify it for people, because sometimes they've been doing them at 8 o'clock as well, certain times.
And depending on what time zone it is too. I don't even know where it is or what.
Yeah. So Max Holloway is from Hawaii, or I think they have 8 islands in Hawaii, and they're fighting in Las Vegas, which he calls, because he's had so many great championship fights that he's won in Las Vegas. He calls Las Vegas the 9th island. So it's starting at 9 p.m. this evening. So, yes, 9 p.m. It should be done by midnight, I would say.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I would say. It's going to be a lot of knockouts, is my guess.
So at 9 o'clock your time or my time?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock your time.
Okay, so that makes sense. So, okay, yeah. 6 o'clock my time. What else do we got for you here? What was this? Oh yeah, so you just gotta go fix a leak underneath this lady's house, right? Piece of plumbing, some ABS pipe, and you just gotta crawl over there.
Oh, this is...
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
there's the leak.
No.
You just gotta go over there.
Okay, turn it off.
Yeah, there's the leak.
Wow, that's all spider web.
Wow. I gotta be some down south spiders.
That's where it's at? Yes, sir.
Yeah, we figured out where it is. It's just got all the spiders in the way. I'd be like, nah, dude, you gotta freaking clean all this stuff up. Then I'll crawl underneath there and cut that piece of pipe.
Oh, hell. Yeah, just like that says right there. Hell no. I wouldn't do that job for $100 an hour. Yeah. You don't mind if I set a fire in your attic for a minute?
Yeah, here's another interesting thing here. Evidently, my guess is this particular gentleman had put, you remember those old 70s floral print beddings they used to make? If you put that on top of your car and then maybe left it out in the sun or whatever, and then it turned into that. Here, get rid of the voice. But I remember some of these patterns from those 70s style like bed sheets. Am I wrong now? Does that look like 70s bed sheet covers, guys?
Hell yeah.
Maybe late 60s, early 70s. Isn't that what that looks like to you?
That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, that guy's not happy with it because it's on his car. But it looked like it got imprinted into the paint.
Dustin B says, I'm a plumber and I would not do that job.
How much would you have to charge to even get over there, Dustin?
Snarf says, gas it. Get the shop vac. Misbehaving Irishman. That's going to take a little bit. And then Chris Schaus, yes, very good comment. She says, not only was it spider webs, but I saw what she saw. A lot of spiders in there as well, because there was a bunch of those little black dots which were the spiders in there. Ugh. No,
yeah,
thank
icky.
you. Indiana
Icky,
Jones
icky.
shit. Dustin.
Yeah, so I ran by this. I don't know where to put it, but yeah. You remember quartering over on Rumble? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and read a little bit about this?
Oh, hell yeah. So yeah, I always wonder how these people get these crazy views and come out of nowhere seemingly to me. Quartering admits to scamming his audience. On his recent live stream, he admits to never buying a K-Cup machine that he said he spent $80,000 on, that he begged his audience for, saying his business was under attack in a video from a year ago. In the video, he calls for audience members to buy a $100 vault pack and Trump cookbooks to help save the business because he already purchased the K-Cup machine on his credit card. But now he admits he never bought it and doesn't make his K-Cups at all. Clip from today's stream in the original YouTube video link below. What a scumbag, dude.
So K-Cup, so evidently he's got a coffee deal, takes coffee, takes to one location, grinds it up, put in K-Cups, ship it back out. So I bought the machine, $80,000. I need your donations. And then a year later, he comes out and he says, you need to buy all this stuff. I never bought it. And sorry, I lied to you, is basically what it comes down to. That some place in Amazon is actually doing the actual K-Cup machine or K-Cup product of some sort. So it's not actually from him, like he said.
What a scumbag. Yeah. And again, I'd never heard of this guy. I seen him on Rumble and down in the morning, and you go on there, he's got 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people watching him live. And I'm just like,
why?
Yeah, exactly. Why? That's literally what I was just thinking. As you said, I'm thinking like, why? And now you find out that they're lying. So he was using, what they're saying is that was going to be an investment, right? The 80,000 wasn't for like him making coffee at his house. He was like packaging it up to make a business out of that.
Yeah. I need help buying the machine, and then we could do coffee and all those sort of things. And
hey guys,
spend it on something else.
Let's see if it works. Hulk. Let's see if it works. Hey guys in the chat, yeah, I need to get this Ferrari. I want to become like one of those cool influencers, like those LooksMax influencers.
A professional Ferrari driver.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need like, I don't know, like $200,000. I gotta get some plastic surgery done. I already lost the weight. Just gotta get, I got a little scar on my nose. I gotta get
some LooksMaxing going.
Some beautiful veneers, and then I need the car to go with it. So I think, guys, I could do it for like no more, absolutely not a penny more than like maybe $400,000, and then I promise we'll have a really great channel. So yeah, guys, buy vault packs. Like, what the fuck? Buy vault packs and Trump cookbooks to help save the business.
I'll do it for $270,000. I'll underbid Spaceshot.
I can sing that tune I can do it for just $97,000. Just $7,000 a post. You can have your narrative pushed through any way you'd like.
All right, animal videos. You know how all your little pets and cats and stuff like that hang out by the food bowl. Yeah, talk about lightning fast. Here we go. This little guy wants some food. It's still hanging out over there. And
what the hell?
Holy!
Wait, she placed that. She had to have thrown that thing in there.
No, that's the bunny, dude.
All right, 0.25 speed that sucker. What in the world? I'm thinking maybe she grabbed it with one of the arms and then somebody else threw it.
No, that thing's flying in there, dude. Look at it.
How'd it get in? Is it open on the side?
Yeah, it's open on the side. It came running from wherever the food bowl is as soon as it heard the food change in the cup that was going to get pulled.
Damn. He bounces off the wall. Dunk.
It reminds me of all those cats where the little food comes out of the food bowl, the machine, and they go running for it. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, there he is. He just jumped in that way.
Yeah. Talk about fast food.
Damn.
B2B says, I saw on his first stream on Rumble, like a week later, he had an unbelievable number of followers. Yeah. Yeah, it just shows up out of nowhere.
Rude Dog Madigan says, I'll send you $1 and a Matchbox Ferrari. Oh, isn't that the same
deal? Fucking deal.
Here, you're going to love this one. Lean Zap says, isn't that the same shit that Phil Godlewski does? Yeah, pretty much. Apparently that dude's got a bunch of scammy shit going on for sure. Definitely lots of scam. News Treason, thanks Dave. He dropped a $20 Rumble rant. He says for the K-Cup fund. And then, so thanks for that, brother. And then G-Fonts drops a $1 holler. He says, were those brown recluse webbings? I mean, the only thing I know about brown recluse is when I used to go down to Florida, they would say like, hey, make sure you don't get, bit by one of these bad boys, because if you do, say if you get bit in the arm, then you start seeing like the gangrene in your vein that starts going like up to your heart. And I don't know how literal that is, but they said essentially it'll stop your heart once that infection gets to your heart. So brown recluses, no thank you. But I'm going to look up the webs, because those are some, that had to be like some down south webs, because that was
But if I want to get
nasty.
a K-Cup in the Ferrari, how much do I need?
Brown recluse webs.
All right. You ready for some other interesting stuff, or are you going to do a search first?
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm good. Yep, go for it. Probably was.
Do anybody need walk and roll?
Walk and roll? I love walk and roll.
Yeah, no, well, it's in a different language, but let's go for it. I'll give you a little bit of it. So, yeah, actually, not bad for some walk and roll. I thought it was pretty original, and I wanted to share it with you guys.
Did he say he was cooking his dog on the floor? No.
They defer the dog before you put it in the wok. We don't know if it's dog or cat, to be honest and fair. We don't know yet.
One thing we can say for certain is he was cooking some sort of meat and singing about dogs. He said laying like a dog on the floor. I'm like, is he cooking dog while singing about dog? And I hope they really don't do that, dude. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that Chinese quote chicken is like super, super moist. And I wonder how they do that. Slow cooker all day?
Probably. Maybe. Here, ran by this one. Just musical talent. So let's do a rap song done at the Waffle House.
I'm gonna do that at Waffle House. It's gonna be Marvin in the person. Welcome to the Waffle. What you know we got options. You can get the All-Star breakfast that comes with a waffle. Order bacon in the city and we'll pay the sausage. As with toast and grits to get the hash brown with the top. Welcome to the Waffle where we got all of the options. 24/7, 365, low milk is popping. When everything else hold it, come to us, so we stay open. America, greatest diner, still growing and y'all can't stop it. Yes, I'm the king of the Waffle when I'm on the grill, they call me Rasta Riding. Tell me about the taste that you crave for the day, I'ma whip it up quick as you want. 2 eggs in the blender, the grease in the pot with a flick of the wrist while I'm the splash. Peppers, tomatoes on the grill, if he answers like say with mine. You can pull up the end location, we'll welcome you in. You know you or not, you consider the friend. You can see with a smile and a grin. You work as you dream, or you take the option. Got burgers and steak, put top again. She said like I'm silly, or because your head. So many options, you will understand. Like you want time to make a decision.
So the reason I include this video here is the best part about this whole video is obvious this gentleman is very talented is I can't find that they actually fired him yet. I think it's good and wholesome. It was an entire rap about the menu at Waffle House if you weren't paying attention about the things that they make there. So yeah, hat tip to that gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, if they were smart.
Not one bad word.
Yeah, if they were smart, they would use it as an advertisement, Yeah,
I thought that was pretty damn cool, dude. So yeah. Talented Americans that are out there. And then what else did I run by? We could skip that guy for right now. Where's the other half of the other one? I thought I grabbed it. You know what? I have to show you it because We're going to do a little musical interlude with some Garth Brooks really quick here. This was a nice wholesome feed just a couple of days ago.
Okay, well, first, you're wearing a Willie's Saloon shirt. That's crazy, all the way from Stillwater, Oklahoma, all right? And you know this is a Garth Brooks concert, right? Thank you. No, you don't understand. She has this beautiful sign down here that's asking me to sing somebody else's music. But wait a minute. Before you are judge and jury, people, it's Bob Seger's music. Oh, now, is that right? What is your name? What is it? Kelly. It's nice to meet you, Kelly. Kelly, do you understand that this is a show that cannot be changed on a dime? We got dance moves, we got it all going on right here, right? You really think we're just going to stop and do night moves from Seeger just here, right? I would not.
There, Mr. Spaceshot, you dig that? A little musical interlude from the Garth Brooks playing other music in the middle of the concert, even though it's recorded by cell phone out there. And yeah, we all know about the concerts and the deaths around the Garth Brooks and murders. I've seen those types of thought processes before, but I just thought it was cool. Wanted to share it with you. What do you think?
Very good.
You want some?
The Garth Brooks murder thing, come to find out they were joking about that.
Oh, is that where it came from? Yeah. Some people were talking about it in chat.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So I figured I'd throw that out for you, that I thought it was interesting. He sings it a little bit hard, so it is a 6-minute song. We won't be playing it. I almost came in with it at the beginning, but the quality of the music isn't that good. We should get the, let's get the very end of the song. Right here at the end.
I think they maybe could have centered his body, not on his ass, the whole friggin' video. It's like, what the hell?
Well, you guys jumped in, now you don't know where you are, do you? Woke last night at the sound of thunder. Then the Lord sat there warm. Started humming a tune from 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves? When you don't seem to care as much to lose. Ain't it strange how the night moves? With autumn closing in.
We'll cut it right there. So I thought that was interesting out there. Did I have anything else left in the file?
Dude, who was that? And I'll just do it on voice as we do. Who was the YouTuber that named Matt? Who was an ex-convict who talks about jail stories?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Matt Cox. So I saw a video of him the other day. And he said, and I just like you, I'd listened to the stories and heard about like, oh, Garth Brooks, they talked about like, oh, some murders were found around this. This might be actually worth, let me see if I can find you a short enough clip. Essentially what they're saying is they did it as like a kind of a funny thing, like essentially like a spoof, right? He says, oh, we found 200 victims, they laid it all out, and he says like this. He's like, this won't go away. So I don't know when he put the video up, but essentially he says like they were making fun of it. Like the whole thing was like a parody. And so it was on Danny Jones. They did a little clip of it, but he essentially said, no. He goes, you could do that with Taylor Swift. You know, all you got to do is go, oh, were there any murders around, you know, this area when Taylor Swift was in town? And more likely than not, you're going to find murders. So he said anyways, I don't know. And I think that's where the original story came from, was that guy that actually did it. So breaks his silence. Is Garth Brooks really a serial killer?
Yeah. I didn't leave it. I left it alone. I looked into it a little bit. Here's another one for you, Mr. Spaceshot, Criminal of the Year over here. You're going to love the way this video ends. You ready?
Always.
Are you watching? Here we go.
So this 4th degree black belt picks a fight with some person at a fair, then tries to kick a cop's head off with a spinning back kick.
A few moments later.
Oh!
Damn.
Damn.
Oh! Damn.
Damn. That looked lethal.
Yeah, he's arrested. That's Southern California for you. To
Definitely
put that
wouldn't
one
want
out
to get
there.
hit with that thing for sure.
What was this one here? Oh, yeah. Poor dogs. Let's go back to the beginning. Here we go.
Out.
Ouch.
Doesn't look like it's on all the way.
Oh, look at the dog, dude. He got knocked out. Look at it.
Doesn't look like it's on all the way.
Oh, poor dog. Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
Oi, oi.
Jump in the water. Ow. Oh.
They always said you should think twice. I don't even think once.
Oh, jumped out of the car.
No. Hey. You better get down. Get down. I think I failed.
Oh no. We hit it with it.
Oh, poor dog.
Oh
Poor
my.
dog.
Oh my word. I like the ones with the,
Hey, how about
my dog brings home friends. Random animals.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Funniest award acceptance speeches, maybe? We'll see.
I have time to thank everybody that I should, so I thought it'd be easier if I mention a few people I do not want to thank. My 8th grade social studies teacher told me to sit down and shut up because I wasn't funny. No thank you, Mr. McAdoo. My boss, when I was a PA on the show Step by Step, who made me clean gum off the executive producer's shoe. No thank you, ma'am. Tonight I do not share this with you. And finally, God, I'm sure you're responsible in some way, but you took my hair, and that's not cool, man. Not cool.
Suck it, Pedro. Sorry. Mine.
A lot of people have been asking about my arm. It's actually my shoulder. And I think tonight is a perfect time to tell everyone that Kieran Culkin beat the shit out of me.
Thank you so thanks so much. Thank you so much. I gotta go. Bye.
I want to thank my mom and dad for having sex so many years ago and being responsible for me being up here tonight.
Monkey covering eyes emoji. Thanks.
How was that one?
Thank you for the sandwiches. Amazing. Thank you.
I want to thank God for allowing me to be able to do what my dreams were. I'd like to thank my mum and dad for making me Asian and allowing me to... Thank you.
Just stand right there. Okay, right on those marks. Hello, it is indeed an honor to be presenting the last two awards of the evening, Best Comedy Series and Best Drama Series. What? No, you cannot play Angry Birds right now. No, just share the tablet. Fine, take turns, 30-second turns. Okay.
The Oscar goes to... No. Oh, no, wait, Golden Globe, yeah. Tyler James Williams.
Some of those were funny, some were not. So how do you tell if you got a cool dad or not?
Oh no!
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was pretty cool.
Father of the Year.
What else do we got?
Dude, that kid had no qualms with putting it right in her bra. Like, he went right for the bra. Not even going to hand it to her. He's like, "Yep, right here you go."
Now, you got anything else left over here to put?
He's the shy player. He the shy player.
We'll end with this one right here.
Sure.
Gotta get it ready.
Sign it, pull the tab, then prepare the envelope by removing the strip and then closing it. When your friend opens the glitter trap and they open the card, it will loop nonstop until the battery dies. If they break it, we hit glitter inside. Sign it, pull the tab, then prepare the envelope by removing the strip and then closing it. When your friend opens the glitter trap and they open the card, it will loop nonstop until the battery dies. If they break...
Oh, yeah. How much do you hate people? That would be one you want to send to them.
Well, better than the stink bomb Mark Rober does there for the Porch Pirates, where they put a glitter bomb, and then he literally formulated the most stinky smell he could come up with.
Oh, really?
Gotta love stuff like
that. Oh, look. We got 19 hearts out there, 10 on the retweets. We got 11 people out there. So right now, John Thompson's Brothers Inside Your Head. I'm going to need those Dominion votes because I found Spaceshot tweeted he wanted, and it's my birthday. Yeah, so do we get one for Jamie out there? I'll give him a little like here as we start going through the rest of the numbers. You get a 2, a 2, a 2. Yeah, so it looks like up there at the top.
Him or her.
Him, her, friend. We'll call it friend out there. How about for one of those things right there? Chicago old days, yeah. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the top one. Can you give me a quick 30 seconds?
Sure. I see Tin Stacks put in the 250th. You taking 30 seconds or you're doing... Oh, okay, hold on. I thought he said he's doing some thank yous.
Quick 30.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Tin Stacks I saw dropped in the heavy pulp, and I got a little bit of an issue with that video in that I was under the understanding that if a video was AI made, that you can't copyright it. Well, guess who got a copyright violation on YouTube? I did from Heavy Pulp, who was claiming America. And I'm like, well, I thought that they put the music together using AI, and I thought they used the video was clearly AI. So how am I getting copyright violations? I'm wondering. So very interesting. But Mr. G Fonts dropped a few dollar hollers. We got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row here. We're on to the brown recluse. He says brown recluses leave pheromones, when the bite, attracting them for years after, and possibly rest of victims' lives. I've gotten bitten and hospitalized several times. Hospitalized for 8 days. Already on killers and had them under rails around a pool's birdcage table and elsewhere. Had to clear the zone regularly for a year before finally calling Orkin. Says free plug, but it was also in the attics under different mobile homes during HVAC as well.
Damn.
A bite would turn into extremely painful abscess that keeps getting worse if you don't get right to the ER and get it surgically evacuated. And their venom and as much as pus as they can, you got to get the pus out ASAP. Said when I was kept more than a week, I foolishly tried lancing it. It was black and infected by the morning. 15 plus years since last time. Yeah, I stay away. I stay away from those bad boys. I'll leave some. I'll leave a. What do you call them? What are those little red ones they're called? They supposedly eat spiders.
Black widows?
No. They're like oh God, the little bugs that are red with the black spots on their wings. There.
Ladybugs.
Ladybugs. Yeah, don't they eat spiders?
Aphids.
Really?
As far as I know, aphids in the garden.
Aphids. What's an aphid?
Small little white bugs that live on mostly like strawberry plants and those types of plants that they eat the stuff off the plant itself and kill it.
Predatory.
So the little what do you call them? Ladybugs fly around and eat them.
It says
like little fleas.
I raised a ladybug spider in 50 days. It says predatory ladybugs, including their larvae, sometimes eat tiny spiders, spider mites, and insect eggs. However, spiders are also known to eat ladybugs. The relationship is competitive, with both acting as frenemies in the garden, competing for common food sources like aphids. Interesting.
Chief Fonts 119 dropped a Rumble rant for $1, and it says, "Thanks, Hulk, 10% for the big guy." Oh, dude, cross jokes. We love it. We love the cross jokes. You guys are thinking, smart audience. Thank you.
That's bad. Ooh.
Well, is there any thank yous you got to do? Anything you drop off? So I go say thank yous to the Pilled group over there.
Yeah, I am all caught up, sir, and you can go do your thanks there, and I might do a kids guide. And maybe we could rate.
Yeah,
you could do one as well. But go do your thanks, and I'll be here waiting for you when you get back. Kiss, kiss.
Okay.
Kiss, kiss. Yes, kiss. Let's see if that works. There we go. All right. Looks like he muted out too there, so that's good. And let me put this one up because make sure you guys vote for final song there. Ding, ding, ding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a dog at home, you already know they're more than just a pet. They're part of the family. They're your best friend. Well, it turns out America's founding fathers felt the same way. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and several of the men who helped build this country all had loyal dogs by their side. Some even traveled with them during the Revolutionary War, and were there for some incredible moments in American history. When I found out that, I thought that's exactly a real cool way to get kids interested in history. Turns out that a company called The Kids Guide is already doing this. They have a guide called The Kids Guide to the Founders' Furry Friends, and it shares the true story of the remarkable dogs that belong to America's founders. It's beautifully illustrated, easy for kids to understand, and teaches them about the people who shaped our country through the stories of the companions that they love the most. Let's be honest, kids getting excited about history isn't always easy, but tell them they're about to learn about George Washington's dog, now you got their attention. I thought it was a genuinely clever idea, and if you got kids or even grandkids who love dogs, I think they'll have a lot of fun with it. They're running a special offer right now that includes the Kids Guide to the Founders' Furry Friends and some other freebies. If it sounded like something your family would enjoy, head over to freeusadoggift.com. That's freeusadoggift.com. Boom. What's that?
He's still doing his thing. What's up?
I'm back. Yeah, I thought it was the kids guide, but it was a kids furry guide. It was, so you remember they had that kids guide ad, but I guess this one is a kids guide to the furry friends of America's founders. Apparently George Washington had a dog. I didn't know about that.
There, he chopped down a cherry tree.
Wait, I thought that was Pat Boone.
At least that's what they told us.
I don't know. Did Jamie win her thing there? Looks like 8's going to be the winner, no?
What do you mean?
On the screen there.
Jamie. Oh,
Jamie.
yeah. That is going to be our official win
The
right here, to be honest with you.
I'm not really familiar with the Johnson brothers, to be honest.
Let me cue it up really quick.
What's the song called? In My Head? Inside Your Head. Oh, I thought it was like it's going to be a zombie.
No, it's not one of those songs.
Nice.
It looks like it's recorded in a small bar of some sort.
Ah. I'm just seeing some of the comments about the little boy there. People are debating whether that's a good father or not a good father.
For what? Exactly.
The stripper one. Well, she wasn't really a stripper. She was just a dancer. She was clothed. Scantily clad, however, she was clothed. But yeah, gonna be an interesting night this evening. So like I mentioned, if you guys like, any part of the fights part of the UFC, that on that 250, of course they'll have, the original music. You won't have the United States Navy, or excuse me, the Army band or the President's band playing. So it'll be back to regular music. But again, if you enjoyed any part of the fights, they will be mostly kickboxing fights. Now watch, I'll eat my words. They'll all be like ground fights. But I guarantee it'll be a good time for anybody who likes fights. If you like boxing and kickboxing more than, say, wrestling, definitely worth a watch tonight. Plus, Conor McGregor's back in town, and I can't wait to see if he's actually looks like he's dedicated himself over the last couple of years, building himself back up here, or if it's just, one of these things for the last 6 months where, because, dude, I've heard the same story from him for a few times when he's done a couple of years and then come back, a couple of years, come back, and then now it's 5 years and come back. But every time he's like, oh, I'm totally dedicated to this now, and I found God now, and that's a different thing now. He's saying now that he'd never said in the past is that he had found God, and I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to try to, gauge another man's heart, but he did have a lot of issues prior with, all the money that he accrued, and then there was some allegations of, RAPE, and then he punched that old man in the bar. Remember the old man that didn't want to drink his whiskey, ended up punching him. So there's been a lot of different things, and one of the women asked him this week. They were doing interviews, and he says like, what did you need to learn, in the last many years? And he's like, that the position of power that I'm in comes with great responsibility. And he goes, and I didn't treat it with great responsibility. I treated it like, some idiot, essentially. So, he's saying all the right things. We'll see. If he's in great shape, it will be a really good fight between him and Max. And if he's not in really good shape, by the second, third round, he's going to be gassed out, and Max is going to be dancing around him, picking him apart. So we'll see how it happens. But great show as usual, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys all being here. Again, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the bottom of the video. We always appreciate everybody always stopping by. And like Spaceshot always says,
we do appreciate each and every last one of you wonderful world patriots out there for tuning in. And until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Much love. Be good humans.
something special is happening in here. That's right, it's Brackets and Jackets, bringing it back for Brackets and Jackets, special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks, Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jacket's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is Brackets and Jackets for the denizens